And good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of Star Wars CCG World's main event. As always, I'm Dan Tartaglione, better known as DTartag1. I'm gonna bump it onto the inside here in a second. I'll let Chris Schoenthal take over, so we can go over the pairings and everything. Let me pull up that camera really quick. PC is running low. That's not good. Okay, sorry about that. Again, going to bump everything over to Chris Schoenthal really quick, and we'll have the pairings here in a second. Sorry, I gotta get Justin going here. Okay, it looks like Justin is ready. So
All right. I was gonna say, in fairness to Greg, I don't think it's because his list was submitted late or anything. I think it was just his deck check took longer because
yeah,
we were checking decks. Um, we kind of just picked from the pile, so his was just picked last by
yeah.
coincidence.
So
So
it wasn't Greg. I know he was waiting on one last card. I think
yes.
he was waiting for Bill Kafer to come down with his one last card. So that might have been the issue, but we're not 100% sure. Uh, but so you worked on a lot of uh, the stuff that some of the deck checks. Was there anything that really stood out to you?
You mean like in the field or?
Yeah, in the field, like what decks are we seeing?
Um. Well, it actually kind of looks like a little bit. And I haven't looked at the full field breakdown from yesterday. But it looks a little bit still reflective of yesterday. Um, I only saw two. I only checked two of them myself. Um, but there's considerably more space decks than I think I would say expecting on both sides. Um, I won't spoil it for everybody ahead of time, but I know for my part, playing in Worlds, I was surprised by how much space, how many like full space decks there were, ranging from like single theater to like pretty much single theater.
Okay.
Right. I say that like because like Y4 Ops is a single theater space
Yeah,
deck.
yeah, for the most part, yeah.
EVO is a mostly single theater space deck.
Mm-hmm.
Like EVO can put characters to the fourth marker, but oftentimes doesn't
Yeah, why
really
do
want
that?
to.
That's
So
just bad news.
yeah, and similarly, like for instance, like it works on both sides. Like for instance, I know Batmouse had a really cool. It was like like a Dathomir mall site SSA that was basically full space
Mm-hmm.
deck. So yeah, on both sides there was a lot more. There's kind of a lot more of that than we were anticipating. And I mean, I don't know if you had mentioned it at some point on stream, but I was playing Hunt Down Dueling, so I was like
No.
full on abandoning my ability to combat space decks. Um, I went 1-1 against light side space decks, which I feel like that one was like a was like a windfall. So
Yeah, I was hoping to get you on stream with that deck in particular.
yeah, I was sad
Because
that I did
from
that.
what I heard, it was really interesting. Like there was a lot of interesting decks, especially in like the top 8. Uh, J.C. Smith was playing outside of the top 8 as well as inside the top 8. J.C. Smith was playing Hunt Down with what? No characters.
Okay. I didn't see his deck.
That was
That
an
sounds
interesting.
cool.
Uh, Tom Haid played OA or Y4 Ops with 2 surprise assaults.
Okay.
Batmouse played Quimunning QMC with lift tubes and lift tube escapes. Like you were saying
Yep.
about his Maul deck. Looks like everything on the inside is ready, so we're going to turn the action over to Chris Schoenthal to announce the pairings for the top 8, and then we'll be back with the call. So stand by for the call, or for that.
Time to shuffle because the deck checks. I know people's decks are probably in order or enough in order that you'll want to shuffle them. So we're going to have one game on stream, one game far back table, one game where Robbie is, and one game on this table. So our first game is Jared Napolitano and Casey Annis. Jared, you will get the honor of choosing which side you play first in that matchup.
Hey Chris, a couple more questions. We have an hour 15?
Correct, an hour 15 per game.
Is there 4 active judges for each?
There will be an active judge in each game.
Okay.
Tom Hain and Barry Epperstein. Robbie Hendon and Matt Scott. Matt Scott will have the honor in that one. And the stream game will be Greg Shaw and Joe Olson, with Greg having the side choosing honor. So go ahead and get set up at your game. Pick one of the 4 spots, unless you're Greg and Joe, then you're over here.
Our side on this side.
I'll let you know when to start, so go ahead and shuffle up. You can draw opening hands, but don't actually get started.
Playing dark first. Cool. And I heard you have a minus 10 for.
I wanted the back corner.
Actually, what you guys
Plus 10 minutes.
play one of these.
How we do with that?
Okay, so why don't you get...
I don't know if I'm coming right.
Okay, fine.
Beginning your thing into
No game.
Oh, you said you got first.
First, why don't you get this one?
Dan's rules, but I'm still
Yeah,
so you guys got to switch.
Let all the active judges know if they can vote in the Twitch chat. You just post it in the updates.
I'll do it, but I'll be
really fun to do.
Okay.
They're supposed to be watching the game. I don't want them doing it.
Okay. Yes.
You said your side on the side of the table. However,
You're not switching.
you don't want to switch because it'll
That's yeah. I know. I'm just saying for now, dark side of the side of the table.
Great. Here's Shaw 67193. I do need one sideline person who can actually listen to this stream. We can do that
Just going to distract you for a second before the
do you have-
game
do you have
starts. You have your
another-
top 8 prize. You have your map, flip, and chip. Let's put them up. Oh.
that one's mine.
I'm sorry. I knew I gave it to someone. Okay. So these are yours. You want to just on the chair over there. Just right down here is fine. Thanks, Greg.
and just listen to us.
You'd rather eat.
Tim. He's going to be my last guy.
Ranking on the throne room. I don't get mauled.
When Peru gets here, he needs to go to the active judge and continue spotting.
You are active judge.
Started with all you
It's like having
We haven't started the timer or anything yet. We're just having a shuffle of this section.
Oh, when he presides over.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, we are back, and here we go. Worlds Day 2. For the feature match, we're going to be having Greg Shaw versus. Yeah, I noticed that now. No, right behind Joe. Like right behind him over the shoulder.
Okay, but looking at Greg.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe versus Joe. Yeah. One second. No, I'll fix it. Here, you can jump on the call. Let me just turn on your microphone.
All right, folks. Sorry about that. Dan's going to be fixing the camera here so that we have our kind of old over-the-shoulder cam the way that he wanted it set up. Although it looks like it didn't take too much. I'm on your headset.
Okay. So here we go. Greg versus Joe. I know a lot of people were rooting for Greg, and getting Joe in the first match, that's kind of rough.
Well, I mean, I kind of don't assume that the any of my top 8 matches are going to be easy.
That's true.
So I think, I think pulling for the easiest matchup is not real. Like pulling for an easy opponent is not really a realistic thing in the top 8. So
Yeah.
at that point, what you're looking at is matchup. Now, as far as matchup goes, I don't think that Greg's in a good spot here.
Not with.
Because he's Shadow Collective against that's Yoda, or no, that's Qui-Gon Communing.
Yeah,
So
this could be rough.
um
He's going with
yeah.
the third marker, which seems the normal start for Shadow Collective.
The third marker is a pretty standard start for Shadow Collective. So that's not unusual. A third marker, I'd say, is like 85% the best site, maybe a bit more than that.
Hmm. Do we want you out here? Greg versus Joe. Like,
So
and Qui-Gon, it's Qui-Gon Communing versus Shadow Collective, and Joe is playing on the Qui-Gon Communing.
yeah. Now,
No, I noticed that Tom and Barry were playing each other. I was like, oh, I should go commentate on that. And then I got halfway up and was like, they're not on camera.
so it looks like Greg's actually got a docking bay start. That's the Coruscant docking bay right next to the Coruscant site.
Yes, yeah, it is. That's interesting.
That's an unusual set of starting effects for Shadow Collective, at least. The Shadow Collectives that I've commonly seen are playing the two blaster effects, so the ping and the inconsequential losses, so that you can forfeit the blasters to use.
And he's getting those.
And also often playing the Geek effect. Mind tricks don't work on me. Now, that being said, that last one is possibly the one that you can flex the most. Because what you can do is you could not play mind tricks at all and just adjust how you actually play the game.
Joe's starting effects are I Must Be Allowed to Speak, Walkling, and Saitor Calfast. And we saw that Joe already has Luke Skywalker Jedi Master in his hand, and it looks like he has another a device as well. I don't know. He has a green card. I can tell that much.
Okay. Yeah, so I think it actually kind of makes sense to not play the mind. So the advantage of the mind tricks effect is that it allows Shadow Collective to spread very safely because there's just nothing that could happen to you that's really bad. Like your opponent can beat you down, but you just send your blaster to lose your guy,
Yeah.
and Gek even through draw their fire. So there's really nothing especially bad that could happen to you in that situation. Not starting that effect mostly just requires you to play more carefully. So he played the Luke. He used Saitor to
Okay.
get Luke's lightsaber, and then he pulled the farm.
Yeah.
Um,
One of the green cards it looked like it was the journal. The other one looks
Okay.
like it's a lightsaber.
Okay.
So I'm not 100% sure, but he got Luke's lightsaber on Jedi Master Luke, and now he's a defense value 8. How
Yeah.
are you going to deal with that as the Shadow Collective character?
Cad Bane. Cad Bane's about the only thing you can do.
Well, Cad Bane hidden weapons, maybe.
Well, no, I mean, like if this is all Joe does, if he just plays Luke Saber thing, go.
Well, he played the Obi-Wan's journal now,
No,
too.
no. I mean, even with the journal doesn't actually change the equation here. About the only thing that Shadow Collective can really do here is play Cad Bane and a bounty hunter that draws on its own. Battle first action, cancel Luke's immunity. Then whatever Luke does in the battle doesn't matter. He can hit you. Sorry about the mess. You doesn't matter. You still draw Destiny. You still kill Luke.
I find it interesting that, like, I mean, I know that this Qui-Gon community does start the side tour and everything, but and I know you can pull like loot sabers, but I've seen the Yoda community where you start Jedi business, and you can get like all the sabers for your Episode 1 guys.
So that's what I played yesterday was the Yoda communing with the Jedi business. The big advantage of that was that it let you go heavy on EPPs in the Yoda communing. In the Qui-Gon communing, I think there's kind of really two main options that you can go with. Those two would be Saitor going with Luke the Last Jedi as your um, as like one of your primary hitters. And then the other big option would be to do Jedi business. Now, the disadvantage of Jedi business is that you are largely committed to having to pull There Is Another if you play against Bring Him Before Me, because you can't play any Luke in that situation. The plus side of Jedi business is it gives you the option to run Menace Fades. So you can pull the Jedi Council Chamber with Speak, and you can pull the Nightclub and satisfy Menace Fades by occupying 3 Coruscant locations, only one of which is a battleground, only 2 of which can be drained at. So you just put like OG Ray or something at the meditation chamber where it's like someone could attack her, I guess, but they won't really get a whole lot out of doing that. And then you can like pull Yoda to hold the JCC. Jedi business advantage is that Mace is fully immune and Qui-Gon's... Well, so the problem is that Qui-Gon is your communing Jedi in that situation, so you don't actually get the bonus from Qui-Gon being cheap. Mace being fully immune is a significant advantage. I think the Saitor build is generally better, partly because Qui-Gon communing already pulls a 2/2. That's a pretty decent battleground for you in the first place. The other side of it is that the Jedi business really wants to be able to play the non-unique Jedi lightsaber, but in order to run this package, you have to run Jedi Council. You have to run the Jedi Council Chamber, which cancels your drain bonuses from the non-unique sabers. So it's a kind of a conflict. Yeah, I think the Saitor one is slightly better. Maybe more than slightly. Honestly, it kind of depends on how much you think Menace Fades is going to matter.
True.
If you think Menace Fades is going to be a big deal, then Menace Fades is better.
Greg versus Joe.
Is it started?
Yeah.
What's the matchup? No idea.
So it's
Shadow
Jared.
Collective against Qui-Gon communing.
Yeah. You leaving today?
I helped Greg with the shadow a little bit.
Okay.
Is it started?
Yeah.
Yep.
You start?
It's on right now. Greg's got Maul and Rook plus a blaster at the 3rd marker. Joe's got Jedi Master Luke, the Journal, and Saber at one of the first light locations. which one that is. That's the
That looks like the
bar.
Bar, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a drain of 2 there for Joe, but then on the flip side, Greg is doing 3 points of damage next turn at the 3rd marker. So
Greg has the hot dog
no, oh he does.
Oh.
Oh, that's
That
it.
explains
Was
the
funny
that.
because this morning he was asking like, "Where's the hot docking bay? I need that." So that's interesting.
is against Y40 any of these garbage decks. You just play.
I know Casey's playing EBO.
Yeah, well, Casey's in Pearl all morning if he plays against Greg because he starts. You start the Greg. You don't start it sequential.
So yeah, that's some spicy tech. I like that. Talking to 2-time world champ Justin Desai over here.
Until like 9:55. And I was like, just do this instead. I mean, they had the decree thing, but like I was like, you have to play Shadow. It's way too good.
Yeah.
Instead of map with like search and destroy.
Okay, Leia going down to the farm, and Joe is going to get.
Yep. Joe's
so
on.
that's their CCT tab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And there is the the blaster. Do you want to get on this,
Yeah.
Justin?
Do you want to jump on this?
Okay.
I can a little bit. I'll go check. I'll go walk around.
Yeah, Justin's gonna walk around, find out some of the matches and everything. The biggest problem right now is we don't have another USB port for
Yeah.
Justin.
For a 3rd mic.
Yeah, being that we have so many cameras and everything. Actually, you know what? We do have one. Like we have this camera that has a microphone on it.
Oh, because you can just turn the mic on. Yeah.
Yeah, we could turn our mics off and then just turn that one on. Wow.
Sure. Well, when he comes back, we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll get Justin on here.
So that should be Leia with gun.
And Padme joining up on Luke too. So I don't think Joe's prepared to see what's coming for. So now we understand why Greg is playing the docking bay pooler. And I'm not going to let everybody know what it is because this is kind of a spicy tech, and I want him to see this happen.
Yeah, if you couldn't hear from our microphones, this side did fill us in, but I think it's going to be exciting for.
Yeah, this is going to be a good
see.
morning. Like I like to see. Is it Brangus Glee? That would be interesting. Like I will say this though, I'm excited to see this matchup. I'm okay.
Oh yeah. Oh.
What?
Okay. So Obi-Wan's journal is relevant for okay. It's relevant for that. I'd forgotten that it's not actually relevant for the weapon part because Maul says you can't cancel destinies, so that part doesn't matter.
But the drain modifiers.
Yeah. I'll say the Padme is kind of relevant, but kind of not. With just the Padme there to back up, Darkseid still has the same option, Cad Bane and some bounty hunter that draws destiny. You just have to pull a Crimson Dawn Blaster and shoot Padme, which is not that hard.
Drew, you just hit the nail on the head. Okay, here we go. There goes a Sense to the Lost pile for Joe. I'm assuming that is the You'll Be Dead ping.
Yeah.
Don't know if he lost another card to the. Does look like that Greg activated and used 3, though. So again, he was doing 3 points of damage, or he was showing 3 points of damage with the drain and the You'll Be Dead ping. So right now the damage race is about even. Actually, if Joe decides to pay to drain, he'd be draining for 2 and 1. So again, both players are getting out the same amount of damage onto each other. Okay, Greg throwing down one the other first light location as well.
Yeah, they're getting the same amount of damage, but Greg's paying less for it, so that's helpful.
That's the big thing.
Although I think activation is... Yeah, activation should be in Joe's favor with Quimunning, but not by too much. Those offset each other, those offset each other, 2 1s, 2 1s.
It's 12 to
3.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. It's 12 to 12.
No.
Yeah. So one,
Well,
two.
all the sites on table
Oh,
cancel
13
each.
to 12.
Well, all the sites on table cancel each other out, but Greg activates one for himself, Joe activates one for himself, one for Walkling, and one for Communing.
And one for Luke.
Right. Well, the loot cancels out the docking bay. They each have two 2-0s. They each have two
Okay.
2-1s. So so that activation is the
Okay.
same, but Joe's up.
Well, no, I mean
Joe's
these
up
are
two.
all
Right. Those are both 2-1s.
2-1s.
Oh no. So
That-
I'm sorry. You're correct. Darkseid has three 2-1s, and Lightseid
Yeah.
only has one. So yeah, actually, it should then be about one to
It's
yeah.
it's
it
13
should,
to
yeah,
12
yeah, it should be.
in favor of Joe.
See, this is what you get when you actually count it. No.
Okay, Hondo Inaka and Dengar with Blaster Carbine coming down to the first light. I forget what the third one is. I know it's Dryden's.
Dryden.
Oh, the reception area.
Yeah.
Another drain -1 site. So
Sometimes. Sometimes you get to take it over with solo and train for 4. So
yeah, how often does that happen though?
I did it in the team tournament.
Well, I mean that's the best place to do it though.
Yeah. That was my one win in the team tournament.
This is easier on Gemp. Well, I mean, on Gemp,
Counting stuff is certainly counting like numbers on table is certainly
Yeah.
easier on Gemp, yes, because the game does it for you.
Yeah, but I mean at the same time though, I mean on Gemp anybody can make a top 8. Here it takes real skill.
You mean that the other way around, right?
No, no, I'm saying I haven't made a top 8 on. Well, I mean I made a top 16 on Gemp, so I mean yeah, that's kind of true. Anybody can make day 2 on Gemp. It takes real skill to be Robbie Hendon and make a top 8 here at Worlds. I made a top 16 where I beat Ryan Saracen, Batmouse, and B Fred.
You'd have made top 8 if you came to Tatooine Regionals. There were 7 people at Tatooine Regionals, so you know.
I've made plenty of regionals. How many people were in Texas Mini Worlds that one year? There's 8 people in like I want to say it was
The
like
online one?
64. Yeah, I want to say it was like 64 people.
Yeah, no, the online Texas Mini Worlds
So-
is actually pretty big.
Timo, shush. Didn't you actually win the World's Team Tournament? Yes, I did. Brad Reinhold and I, we went 5-1 in differential of 92.
It turns out spite is among the most important of
Yes, it is.
inspirations.
I know we don't have a lot going on right now in the game. There's a Gick on
he
the table.
he played Master Move combo to pick up.
Okay.
Pick.
But the story behind that is Batmouse, Anthony Howard, who is friends with both myself and Brad Reinhold, decided to go with Ryan Jelson as his partner, snubbing both Brad and myself in the team tournament. So Brad and I were like, okay, we're going to play together. And Brad was like, well, I want you to play this deck. I'm going to play Hunt Down. And I was like, I don't want to play your QMC. I'm bad with that deck. I'm going to play the deck that I've been playing for 2 months, and which is Y4 Ops.
Turns out was the deck of the weekend.
Yeah, well, it didn't turns out it was the deck of the weekend, but all I have to say is thanks to this guy, I played his Y4 Ops that he gave me from Nationals and has been working on.
I mean, if only I'd played it yesterday, apparently.
It's a good list. Like I was really happy with it.
Although I did like the tech that I saw in a lot of the Y4 ops from this weekend of playing Kin and Grey Squadron 1.
But I mean, so the thing about that, I was talking about that on stream. It adds one to the drains, but at the same time, once you have your opponent's going to have resistance satisfied 9 times out of 10.
I don't actually think that's true.
Okay, against Shadow Collective, they're going to have it.
Well, against Shadow Collective, they will. But one of the big reasons that you play Y4 is to get around like a main stack, like the dark side main deck actually have kind of a hard time satisfying resistance safely.
Okay, that's fair.
So,
But I mean, those matches, regardless, are you're going to win those matches.
I mean, they're advantageous, but I don't. But they're I don't. I still don't think they're matchups that Y4 is going to win by like 20 most of the time.
Mm.
Uh, and when you're talking about a matchup where you do have a fairly small margin, if they have tech for you, then that can be really bad. So accelerating your clock is helpful a lot. Also, sometimes
Oh,
sometimes you're like poor Matt Scott when he played against me, and you miss uh, you miss your
stream
liberate
froze.
a lot of time.
That's why you have 4 luck. Okay, so it looks like our stream froze a little bit.
Camera's still working.
No. So I can't do anything because this computer is poopy.
That happened yesterday. The
Yeah,
stream. Can you guys tell us if you can still hear us and see the stream?
yeah. It's so the it's going here, but it's not going here. That's the problem. I think the snap plus Weird Doom combo ×3 covers a lot.
Yeah.
Or you just play regular Weird Doomed. They're not going to grab it. They're going to grab your. It could be worse. Or your Rebel Artillery. No, Joe did not drain.
Yeah.
It looks like he played Lana Dobry combo to move over. So he did move over Lando, Yoda, and Leia with gun in front of Rook and Maul.
It's Lando with Vibro Axe.
Lando with Vibro Axe. That's a little spicy. That's some CCT tech right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you do get so. I mean, that kind of makes sense because you get an extra Battle Destiny on Tatooine, and then you can remove aliens. So. Oh, okay, now it's back. And of course, Justin Desai walks off, so I was going to get him on commentary, but
Okay.
you're stuck with us for right now. Yeah, the Imperial Rest Order is some nice text. It looks like it's the Imperial Rest Order combo. So, I mean, that does save Greg a shield pool.
Saves him a shield pull, which is relevant. It means you don't have to expose Cold Feet.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause Cold Feet to stop Jetta's resilience is pretty good.
Yeah. I think that's the nicest thing Chris has ever said about me.
I appreciate you, Chris. But I don't know.
I mean, I appreciate him. He gave us 2 set 17 spoilers.
Oh, I didn't see that. I mean, I'm on
Well,
playtesting.
you were playing, so
probably not.
But I will say this: we will not be posting those until Monday. So if you want to see what the set 17 spoilers are, you have to go back and watch the stream from yesterday on Twitch. I will give you this little bit of information. It was Game 5 where they were announced.
So not the one I was on the stream for.
Spoilers. Bill Kafer's going to be joining us in the booth.
Am I?
Do you want to?
I can be. I gotta play consolation events.
You're not playing in the constellation?
I am.
Oh, Bill Kafer, you're going to be playing in the constellation. So here, let me do this really quick.
If you're looking for inside, I have none.
So it looks like Greg is committing to a fight here at the Ender site. We got Prince Caesar and another character I didn't see. Caesar has a gun.
That's good. I feel like characters with guns are good. This is just like your third commentary, Mike.
It's the webcam. What is the Yavin 4 Sentry shield for? I think he pulled it for the guns, but I don't actually think that works.
No, it doesn't. The M4, it has to be characters, right?
I don't think it does because it works on X-wings.
Okay. But I don't think it. Okay, well, you know what? Let us check.
Oh no, yep, non-unique card to a location. Yep.
So that's some spicy tech there from Joe Olson.
It's not. I mean, it's not. It's not great. The deck only has 5 guns, and it's 3 of Crimson Dawn and 2 of Black Sun is usually what happens. So yeah, it's fine.
I don't know how spicy Greg went. He went with the stun blaster.
So let's see. We got R Sing with Blaster.
He does have the hot documents now.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, on the Yavin Sentry Shield.
So R Sing, 2 guns, and Maul with Rook and Shizor. I mean, that's nothing really to sneeze at right there.
Sorry, what is the character under? Oh, RSing. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, with our guns. So it's not the. So
it's not EPP RSing.
It's EPP.
Okay.
Yeah, it is EPP RSing. I mean, there's 2 images for RSing, but I think the AI is supposed to be the set image, like the one that was used on.
The AI is the one that's on Gap. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Lando with Vibro Axe, Yoda,
and General Leia.
And General Leia
with her gun.
That's the big thing is she has her gun.
Scary.
Lando is pretty important here. Yeah.
Lando takes.
Yeah. Okay. There's a blaster deflection, so I'm assuming that was on either Yoda or Leia.
Yeah. You definitely have to grab blaster deflection.
Okay. He's going to add 3 to the shot here, Joe.
Well, he's checking because the assassins are immune to blaster proficiency. But
Rook.
No, that should still work because it's immune to blaster proficiency, preventing you from targeting it with the blaster proficiency, but not to using not to using it to enhance your shot.
Okay.
That does still work.
Yeah, because you're not targeting the character to shoot it to remove the character. You're targeting the shot.
Yeah, you're targeting the shot, not the character. Yes.
And there goes Rook.
Yeah, so they'll take out Rook and a gun, which is important.
Mm-hmm. Greg's tilt. Lose your guy first, and then your gun.
Yeah, I think that's the case, yes. This is Greg's battle, though, so I don't know that is going to make a huge amount.
Okay, so Leia is hit there, so that's going to get rid of that gun after the battle.
Yeah.
Okay, that flips Greg, so he's going to get he is going to get a Destiny of Power here.
Yeah, and he chooses not to to shuffle. He does have a Gek in hand.
Yes.
I mean, I don't feel like it's likely he's going to have to use a Gek.
No, because you have at least 1 more gun there to forfeit for 3. You have Sizer for 6, Aura for 5.
Oh, for next turn's counter beat. Yes, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that too.
I don't know, like.
Oh, and this
Joe looks like he's only got 2 cards in his hand, though.
Oh, okay. Well, then the counter beat's not that bad.
Yeah.
So.
Like, if Joe only has 2 cards in his hand, what does he have? Because he's already put Padme, Leia, Lando, Yoda, and Luke on the table.
Well, he's Qui-Gon Qmunning, so there's certainly still some version of Rey.
Mace.
Although probably OG Rey. There's Anakin. There's Solo. Yeah. There's Chewie. Like the main deck in this situation could still have a lot of things.
Yeah. Mace is the one you don't want to see if you're
Mace would be quite bad.
Okay, so Arsing was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on this, Drew, and this is actually one of the things that that seemed troublesome for me with Shadow Collective as a deck option.
Mm-hmm.
Was that you don't?
That's a 1 for Greg.
I mean, that'll still kill Lando.
And a 3 as a
Jedi. Wait, the 1 was the power. So yeah.
Okay. I think Jedi is a 3. Oh no, he's a 2.
Yeah.
And Joe draws a 5, so
should target the Rook first on Lando. So I think, Nick, the reason that he targeted a Rook is because Rook was the one he was most likely to hit, and he wanted to kill someone. He wanted to kill someone with a gun with Leia's blaster because you wanted to get the gun out of the deck. You want to put it in Lost.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good. I think that.
Well, I mean, you're not going to target Leia with
Or
Oh,
say-
Nick is saying that Greg messed up and Greg should have shot with the root
yes.
first. Oh,
I
okay,
do
gotcha.
agree with that.
Okay, yes. Sorry, misunderstood. Yes, I would agree with that. Yep. Yeah. No, yep.
Okay,
I'm
it
with you.
looks like
I'm with you on that.
so Maul is still there, and R. Singh is still there. So it's not terrible for Greg.
No.
I mean, Yoda's still there, yes, but Yoda by himself isn't necessarily that good against R. Singh with Blaster.
Sure.
Because yeah, you're getting 2 Destiny. It's +1, so
Yeah. Without a weapon there, I mean, it's possible that you just clear the gun. Possibly you clear the aura, but
Okay, there goes Greg. So he loses Dryden Voss and a cold feet off the top to the drain.
I can't remember if I completed the thought. But yeah, the biggest trouble with for me playing the Shadow Collective deck is that the Shadow Collective deck kind of has the illusion of being a deck that like wants to battle all the time, but Shadow Collective really, really wants to be defending the battles as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because Shadow Collective is much, much better when it's in defensive battles. I mean, partly for defensive fire, because that's a great card. Good enough that there's a cancel for it, but also just because of the mechanics of how the deck plays out. That like forfeiting your guns to use is way better when you're about to go into your turn to redeploy them than it is when you are leaning on your guns to provide you protective forfeit. And then you have to forfeit them in the battle that you initiate, so you don't have them on Lightsight's turn.
I'm still a little surprised that Greg decided to go with Shadow Collective.
Well, I mean, if Desai comes back, he can explain a little bit more about what he was telling us about it. But I think the principle that they were looking at was that Shadow Collective is one of the dark side ground-based decks that is actually quite good against light side space decks. And particularly with what Drew guessed the tech was, the Imperial Decree V, like by putting out these Echo base locations, putting out these Hoth sites, those Rebel base sites, Shadow Collective can occupy those, satisfy Decree V, and then and 4-Ops doesn't
that makes sense.
It reduces their damage considerably. Joe peaked at Force Pilot as Mace's Saber.
Thank you, Tim.
Yep.
Tim is our spotter on the spot. And here we go. Mace coming down in front of Hondo Inaka and Dengar with the Blaster Carbine.
So this is a good example of the other advantage that that Qui-Gon Communing has over Yoda Communing is the ability to actually pull those cards out of Force Pile. When I was playing the Yoda Communing, I had to do some kind of awkward things where I'm like putting a card that I want on the bottom, planning on putting another card on the bottom during my opponent's turn and another card on my turn so I can draw down to this card. But it's like, I have to plan like 3 or 4 turns in advance in order to draw the card that I want off of Communing, and when I see it on top of my force pile, it's a little bit fiddly.
Yeah. R shot at Yoda, so that's why the Blaster Deflection was there. Okay, and we had Greg played defensive fire there to attempt to shoot at Mace, and I believe he missed. Okay, Mace swings at Hondo.
Would be hit and draw. He draws a 5 for
the next shot.
Dengar?
Well, he's got 2 shots with the blaster.
Oh, right, because he has a defensive rush shot and the regular shot. Yeah. I mean, Mace. This is the challenging part about facing this particular deck for Shadow Collective is hitting Jedi Masters with Shadow Collective is not very easy.
Yeah, and Mace swings again, hits Dengar. So both those characters are going to be lost for Greg. I do like Greg though starting out with the dark side here. That way, once he goes into game 2, like I don't know what Joe's playing for his dark side deck. I don't want to know what Joe's playing with his dark side deck. I want to be surprised. But you got to think that
I'm not like Dan. I want to know. Anyway, continue.
Okay, and Joe draws a 5.
That was the Qui-Gon Saber. Yeah.
And he still loses the Qui-Gon. So.
Oh, did Greg also draw 5?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was good for Greg because he got rid of the Mace. Like I know he took 2 characters off the table,
he lost
but
2 characters, but killed a Mace and Mace's Saber. And the big thing is like, and
Yoda ran away.
Yeah, and Yoda leaves. I mean, and
I mean, now Greg can drain for 2 and do 1 point of ping damage with You'll Be Dead.
Yep.
Uh,
I mean, it's a true thing of all these alien scrub decks is that if you're trading 2 of your characters for 1 of light sides, that's often fine. That's often not a big deal. Yeah, Greg drew a total of 6 Battle Destiny to clear Mace.
Okay, just as an update, really quick, we have 29 people for the Consolation event. I know nobody really wants to hear about that, and everybody's excited to see what happens in the Worlds, but yeah, we've had a lot of good turnout this weekend. We had 22 people for the poker tournament, 15 people for the throwback event. I want to say there was about 15 teams for the team event, and then we had 58, 60 people for the main event yesterday. So, yeah, really good weekend. I want to especially thank all the volunteers who did everything they put on this weekend. Yeah, it's just been a really fun weekend. Okay, so again, Greg did drain there. He pinged with You'll Be Dead, and there is Zam Wessel coming down with another blaster. And then Aura Singh's going to move over to in front of Yoda. Looks like she's going by herself. Now, Joe didn't really do a lot. He did deploy Mace last turn, cleared the site, but he's still got. It looks like it's small hand.
Oh,
but at least
he also drained that turn, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, and he had to draw the saber off of force. That's another
one
lost. Okay. Yeah. So just gonna drain for 2 at the first light site.
We don't have any other updates yet, Mr. Kelly.
That is an Asajj Ventress and a Lawless Time that Greg lost off the top. That looks like another Lucan. Oh, that's
his reserve deck.
That's reserve. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure what he's searching with his reserve deck. Maybe a force projection.
He could be searching for a force projection. That's probably the best thing to do.
I mean, he's got that.
He's allowed to search with Saitor if he has no characters in hand that he's going to try to hit with this turn anyway. But
yeah,
I mean, searching with force projection makes the most sense.
Well, he's got that. He's got his Boss Nash Chamber Pool, I'm assuming. Yeah, there's that one.
He could try to pull with the site. The danger there, though, is that I don't know that he actually wants to deploy that site necessarily. It's not terrible. So the Qui-Gon site gets to deploy gets to deploy the Naboo
the 3/2
Palace generator.
Okay, Yoda's going to move over, and that's all Joe's going to do that turn. He did draw, or he did drain,
and then
he's just going to draw because it seems like Joe doesn't he didn't the last 2 turns not having a large hand kind of hurt him.
Yeah, he didn't have much to attack with. I mean, I kind of feel like he was I think he was like hoping for that mace to live through that fight.
Yeah.
It might not be in there anyway. That's true. I mean, if he's running the farm polar, that kind of covers your battleground, so maybe you're not running the 2/2 anyway.
I don't know. That 2/2 is really good, especially with Jedi Master Luke.
The 2/2 is good, certainly.
Okay, Greg going to start his turn. Now, he can't... So he is going to be able to do 1 ping with You'll Be Dead, and he could drain for 2, 1 and 1, but I don't think that's the best move here.
No, that's
not spending 6. I mean, if he can reinforce with Maul, he could attack into Yoda.
Yeah, I mean, he really needs to have like a Rook or a Jodo cast, or just a pile of dudes. Right, like he can try to overpower Yoda because Yoda's only going to be 6 in this battle, so he can drop a ton of power.
And here we go. There's the Rook. You called it, the Rook.
Amusingly, I meant Chalk, but Rook also works quite well.
Okay, so a 5, a 4, another effect, which is probably the Imp Decree, and he had the No Escape. He had all red cards.
Yeah, it looked like
multiple 4s and multiple 5s.
2 4s and 2 5s, I think that's what it was.
But again, none of those destinies are going to be able to hit Yoda.
Well, sorry, that's when I said Rook, I meant Chalk.
Chalk. Oh, Chalk.
Yeah.
I'm like thinking Chalk is in like.
No, yeah.
Chalk.
Because either Chalk or Jodo cast can hit Yoda with the 5.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, the Destiny's +1 there. Plus, you're getting a +1 because of
The
Maul.
Oh, so actually,
So, yeah,
so
he
a,
could
a five
theoretically
a
hit.
five can
Yeah.
actually hit Yoda there.
So, I mean, your blasters are getting +1, so
It's 4.
4 won't do it.
Nope, there's Jotocast. Perfect.
And then you just move the blaster on the
Yeah,
deploy
you
phase.
just-
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he's
He's got another
blaster.
blaster. Wow, this could be good.
Well, he does want to have the other gun because you want Rook to be armed there also.
Yeah.
Yeah, Simon Blaster Pistol. Yes, you're correct.
That's, we were saying
yeah.
a 4 wouldn't hit because a 4 would actually be, it would just be a 7.
Yeah.
But no, this is really good for Greg right now. Like this is what the deck wants to do.
Yeah, I mean the only problem that I see here is it's the same problem we were talking about before, that this is going to be an offensive battle where he's going to probably have to peel a gun.
But then you just move Arsing over.
Sure, but you really want Jotocast and Rook to both have guns when light side attacks you.
Yeah. That's a good
point. Okay, well that'll solve the problem. Because that's a Dr. E combo.
That is a Dr. E combo. What now? He just needs a force or first strike.
Jotocast hits. Jotocast 100% hits.
Yeah.
Because it's 4-4-5-5.
Yeah.
Assuming we didn't misread it, and it is 4-4-5-5.
I'm 100% positive. Like there was
Did Joe
two
save 2 force or 1?
There's multiple force there.
There's multiple force saved. Okay.
Yeah.
What was that card he just played?
I am not sure. If Tim could tell us what that card was, that would be
Greg,
great.
but we didn't see it. Oh, and he does have another gun. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's so many guns.
That will probably do it here then. Quite a mercenary. Oh, it's a cancel Dr. E.
Cancel Dr. E's combo. Or it's a cancel. Okay. Thank you, chat.
Alter V. Oh, that's bad. Oh, except that he drew too high.
Yeah, he drew too high.
The number. Main deck Destiny giveth, and main deck Destiny taketh away.
That's like drawing a 6 when you only have LSJK
Wait, am
on
I
the table.
misunderstanding Alter? No, he's reading the card. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
That was first strike was the other.
Okay.
4.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it looked like it was either Imperial Decree or, but it was a 4.
His hit, and you can activate 1 and flip and shuffle and Rook. Here, there's so much manipulation.
Trigger.
Yep. I don't actually think so. I think you want to you want to recirculate and shuffle.
Yes. You want to add the Destiny to power.
You want to add Destiny to power. You don't actually you want to use Rook to pick up a card here. You don't actually need to shoot again.
No, I wouldn't. Like, because I don't know. Like,
so here's a neat little timing thing here. So sorry. Joe's playing a Wisa just to get it out of his hand because it doesn't help the miss. So Greg is picking between 2 cards from Rook. He's going to get to take one in hand, put the other on top. Black Sun Blaster, when it hits, activates a force. So he can then activate that other card and then draw it on his turn. Like draw it for his draw, for his draw phase.
But if he moves Arsing, though...
he doesn't need to move Arsing. He was fine with Arsing being by herself against Yoda. He's got to be fine with her being by herself against nothing.
True. I mean, but the thing is, Joe has at least a 4, maybe 5 card hand.
Yeah, but he's got a Gick. Greg has a known Gick in hand. Like,
yeah, but I mean, okay, if Joe comes down with against Arsing and Zam.
Well, Zam has 3 protected forfeit because she's got the gun.
Okay. And Joe is running out of lightsabers.
Yeah. So and Leia's gun is gone. I think he's actually pretty safe to be spread here. I don't think he has to move.
I'm just the overcautious type.
Sure. I mean, I think the other thing he could do is if those 2 cards are like one he wants and one high destiny that he doesn't, he can put it on top and then move somebody in order to like spread more, satisfy more blaster ping, etc. Put a big destiny on the bottom.
I know
the various little manipulation tricks the Shadow Collector can do are really fun. So
I like how we can see some of the other matches that are currently being played.
Oh, from the camera.
Yeah, the one behind Greg. No update yet on any of the other matches. If anybody is inside and give us and send us out some of the other matches, like any updates or anything, just let us know. Chris Schoenthal saying that there's updates on the forums, or he'll be posting updates on the forums. So we'll be periodically checking those.
All right.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
Barry
So Barry,
took game 1 against Tom Haid by 31.
I wonder if Tom changed his dark side deck because I know that Barry was playing Yavin for us.
Yeah, he stuck with exactly what he played yesterday.
I don't think that CCT should lose to Yavin for us by 31.
TT.
CCT, because Tom Haid played CCT yesterday.
Yeah.
So if he changed decks, then we're looking at something different. But if he didn't change decks, I don't think that he's. I
So
want to know how that happened.
apparently there's 6 overflow in this match.
That makes sense. I mean, looking at all the stuff on table here.
Yeah, that's quite a few. And it looks like Greg only lost 1 blaster so far.
Unless you got a lock with Y4. Sure.
Wow. Chris Kelly with the
Jesus,
quote of the day.
Pre-con deck.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Being a multiple-time world champion is overrated. I don't even know. I don't know where I was finishing that thought with. Those dark side pre-cons can be rough. I mean, the light side one's even worse than the dark side one, though. So I don't know.
Okay, so all that was left for Greg, a loss for Greg, was the blaster.
And then he flips back, pings with Shadow Collective again for another damage.
No, Greg has yet to use the Gick.
Yeah, that Gick is still in hand as far as we can tell.
I like B. Fred walking around with the Adrian Peterson jersey.
Yeah, agreed, Drew. He's safe being wide. That's why we were talking about, like, he can leave the Arsing over there and the Zam over there and keep his stack and doesn't have to move it.
So it's still a drain of 2 for Joe.
It is still a drain of 2 for Joe if he wants to pay for it.
Because right now, 1, Imperial Decree Nod V isn't on the table, and Obi-Wan's Journal is out there.
No, Remaker, that stack is still the same. That's still Padme and Luke holding a bunch of stuff.
And it's kind of curious. Like, I'm wondering why Joe hasn't stacked somebody onto the epic event.
Oh, a Jedi?
Yeah.
So there's a couple of potential reasons for that. One is that he had another mace, so he didn't want to stack mace and place him out of play.
Yeah.
And then he peeled the other mace.
Yeah,
so
he did. He peeled the other mace.
And then the other reason could be the same thing. He could very likely have multiple Yodas because Yoda's Destiny 5 in this deck.
And he hasn't lost any Lukes yet. The only other Jedi that I can think he could possibly be running are like Pol Koon, maybe a Kit Fisto.
He can run an Obi-Wan. He can run General Kenobi.
Yeah.
He actually is almost certainly running General Kenobi.
There goes Chewie with Blaster.
That was the ping for the Shadow Collective.
Huh?
That was the ping for flipping Shadow Collective.
Oh. Yeah, it's Joe's turn.
Yeah. So yeah, I would assume that there's a General Kenobi in here, especially
he was playing the lightsaber.
Especially since there's the saber and it can only go on General Kenobi, and it's very possible that Joe only has 1 General Kenobi.
Okay, let's see. Well, with this one, with the Qui-Gon Communing, you can't play Rebels, right?
You cannot play Rebels.
Okay, that's the only. So you can play General Kenobi. You can play Anakin Jedi Knight.
Yeah.
You can play Ahsoka. Or no, she's a Rebel. That's right.
You can play EPP Ahsoka.
Yeah.
EPP Ahsoka is actually really great against Shadow Collective.
I'm just gonna hit your guys, like multiple guys.
Yep. Yeah.
Slice and dice.
Like for instance, Ahsoka down here at the Hoth site would be targeting defense value 4 to hit Rook and Doctory.
Wait, Rook doesn't have any defense value on top?
It's just ability 2.
Just ability 2? That seems a little...
He doesn't have rhythm.
Rhythm?
Yeah, like Figrin Dan. See, I seem to remember somebody was complaining about Figure and Dan being defense value 4 with rhythm, and I'm like, look, hang on.
There's
That defense value
Okay,
means
here we go.
you're
Anakin
hitting all
Skywalker,
5 of them with one
Padawan
shot.
learner coming down against R. Singh.
Okay.
I think that's a good move there because even if she targets him, it's only one destiny. The lightsaber is on Anakin. Now, again, Greg has yet to use the Gick in this game, so
Yeah.
I think this is the battle he's going to probably want to use the Gick.
Probably. I mean, it's one destiny, but it is at +1 from R. Singh's gun, and then Maul can add 1 potentially, so he can still be hit, forfeit 0.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's getting a +1 with his battle destinies.
Yeah.
So.
12, I think, is enough to hit R. Singh. Yes, that is.
And that is a Lady Proxima.
2 to shoot. That's going to be a miss.
That's going to be a big old miss.
Now, I think that's kind of fine, though. I would expect that if...
okay, there's a quad... that's going to get rid of that... that's going to get... Yeah, that's going to get rid of that Anakin.
Yep.
So if you're Greg, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So that ends up being 10 to 9, so you lose 1. You don't even have to Gick.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
And I was gonna say, like, going into this battle, that's kind of what I expected to happen.
Yeah.
Like,
and there goes an imbalanced combo.
Yeah, like you expect Aura to die, but you probably expect, especially given the destinies that were on top of your deck previously, that you'd be able to just kill Anakin with attrition.
Mm-hmm.
So if you happen to hit him, great. But if not, whatever.
Right now, Greg is showing 5 points of damage if he does both drains.
Yeah, 5.
2 with the you'll be dead. 2 with the drain.
Yeah.
Okay, Padme's gonna move over. Interesting.
I think Joe's thinking about that because I think Greg still has like 4 or 5 in hand.
Yeah.
And that's potentially.
That's potentially game breaking.
Well,
if
I mean, it's potentially
Hojix.
dangerous. So one of the things with Shadow Collective, which is a little weird for like a weapon-based deck, is that Shadow Collective can't actually forfeit 0 you very much.
And again, that is a 4-strain -1 site.
Unless Voss on table. Yep. I mean, Greg still has a shield pull. No, he doesn't.
No.
He probably has cold feet, but
he lost it already.
Oh, okay, all right. So
for Coward Shield, yeah.
Well, what I was saying is there's not a whole lot of danger of Padme being overflowed here. I think the biggest thing that you'd be worried about in terms of getting
okay. There's the
Naboo site. Okay.
That's the battle planes.
Yeah. The biggest thing that you'd be worried about from an overflow perspective is Wounded Warrior. Because it's not hard for Darkseid to come down, hit you with a weapon, and then make you power 0 no ability.
Okay, there goes quite a mercenary.
And then he is gonna drain.
He did. So he did both the pings and okay. There's the second drain. So he did do all points of damage that turn.
Okay.
Believe that's solo to the lost pile.
I mean, it's also possible that Joe's just low enough that he can't actually
do both.
Yeah, that he can't actually do both drains.
Okay. Proxima is still on top for Greg.
Yeah, I mean, Greg knew that, though.
And here comes a character in front of Padme. Or not.
No, it's Chalk.
Chalk.
I mean, Greg knew what that card was, because
yeah,
he activated Force in this particular manner. That's interesting. I kind of feel like Chalk should go to the Hoth docking bay in order to flip. And then, like, you pay a you pay a 1 force tax. Yeah, you move him over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see what
was the matchup?
What Tom's deck is?
Which one?
The Tom's Darkseid.
It was bring him before me against.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah. So Tom Haid was playing Bring Him Before Me against Yavin 4-ups, which that's a matchup you could lose by 31.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh man.
So
got the Haven out, you got Red 5 out. Barry came down Tom came down with like Mara and shit loaded up.
And then shot it down. Oh, okay.
His turn, guns, battle, shoot it down.
Yeah. So I don't know if you I don't know if you guys could hear what Lenny was telling us there, but so apparently Tom Haid was playing Switch to Bring Him Before Me. and played against Barry's Yavin 4-Ops. And
The
Barry,
only match Tom did not want to see today.
I mean, given what's in the top 8, I don't think that's the case. But Barry open-handed Yavin, Luke,
Well,
X-wing cannons,
Haven.
and barrier. Or
Haven.
sorry, Haven,
Yeah.
Haven, Luke, X-wing cannons, and barrier. So on turn 1, he played Haven, flashed Luke, passed.
Didn't play the guns.
Didn't play the guns. Tom dropped Mara and ship and pilot and got barriered, and then Luke shot him down, and he couldn't find any space for the rest of the game. So. Oh, the flip is on gangsters controlling it. No, you're right, Drew. I failed that. That's correct. Yeah, and then you're retrieving. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh,
That's rough, buddy.
that's a disaster opening. Yep.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Possibly,
Yeah.
but at the same time, 31 is so rough.
Yeah. We're told that Tom Hade's on OA for his light side against Barry's TTO. So that's that.
And he needs to win by 32.
Yeah. It's an uphill battle, but
I know Barry's playing the Scythe tie,
yeah.
so I think he's ready for it. And Tom doesn't have the Falcon, the non-flip Falcon, the move 2.
I mean that's fine though.
2016 OA was designed to be an objective that can beat TTO.
Yeah.
Because at the time we needed one.
Let's just hope that Tom remembers the extra defense value on the Falcon.
I suspect he will. I mean, it was certainly one of the things when it was one of the things that when we played OA for nationals, we realized that like you just can't shoot down the Falcon in space. Like if you know that's what your opponent's trying to do, it is just not hard to put a stack on the Falcon that's like I'm defense value 9 and I get to and so good luck. I don't know like what are you? Yeah. And well, yeah, it's like, and we're probably playing a Keep Your Eyes Open because Shadow Collective's still a deck. Like,
Scythe ties you can shoot outside battle.
well, but Keep Your Eyes Open use cancels a shot in.
Okay,
move
there's a
phase.
general. Okay, so we got a General Kenobi coming down to the third marker.
Yeah.
In front of Chalk and Maul and Rook.
Yep.
A lawless time was grabbed, Josh.
Ooh, yeah.
If either of you want me to hop on at any point, I've got my polo with me. I'll just go in the bathroom and
Maybe soon. Yeah, Lenny Rubin giving us a little bit of an update there. So, Bastion's on. Joe, Bastion's saying that Joe has about 8 left in Life Force. So, I think if you're Greg, even if you lose this, you're sitting happy. Like obviously you
Yeah.
want to
Yeah, but it's gonna be narrow enough that either one of them can certainly overcome it in game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is kind of how you always expect like Shadow Collective against mains to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, Bastion. I'm just saying, like, I think if you're Greg, you're happy. So he activates 3. 1,
I think
2,
paying to
3,
drain
4,
1,
5.
I guess.
So that he's definitely got more than 8 in his his Life Force. Okay.
Oh, that's a second RSA, isn't it?
That's the second RSA.
Okay, so this battle's gonna be not good for Joe since he didn't have the Gick last time or the Hujix last time. I feel it's unlikely
I mean,
that he has it
You'll
this
Be
time.
Dead is the thing.
What?
Or not You'll Be Dead.
Oh,
Are You Brain Dead?
Yeah. With no force active, I don't think Greg has picked up the first strike. Doesn't seem to.
No.
have.
There's no. Yeah, he
So-
hasn't played the first
He
strike
did
yet.
get another gun, so.
That's not gonna hit. Oh,
No,
that
it
might
is, 'cause
hit.
Each Destiny is plus
Yeah,
1.
each Destiny
so,
plus
yeah.
1, and
Yeah,
Maul
or
is still
Arsene
on
hits
table.
basically every Jedi at the thing. And
That's
then
a
we'll
flip.
and recirculate and pick up or maybe don't recirculate.
No, I wouldn't.
So one thing he could do is he could look at the cards with Rook and then
recirculate. Oh
Yes.
my god! I'll tell you what, Greg's playing really well. Like going into this match, I didn't think it was a matchup that this type of deck could win.
I mean, I don't think it's favorable. You shouldn't take a card with Rook. I
Yeah,
mean,
I agree. You want to get as much life force as you can. You know you're going to be doing some
you know
overflow.
you're going to overflow here. He's probably going to just win here. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a handshake. There's the end of game one. Looks like Greg has
12. 12 down.
13.
13.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and that's a good point,
Yeah,
Bastion.
and Joe just
so
doesn't
it
draw,
looks like
definitely,
Greg won by 13.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim. So what we'll do is we'll see what the players are if they're going to take a break or anything. We'll be back once we find that out. And yeah, Greg, 13.
Can I do the second one?
Yeah.
I'll step out. Although, actually.
Okay, everybody, we are back. It looks like the players are going to be setting up here shortly. Again, Greg Shaw won game 1 by
13.
13.
Yep.
Uh,
We do have a couple updates. So, um, Jared Napolitano defeated Casey. Defeated Casey Ennis by, I believe it was 14.
24.
Oh, miscounted by a great deal then for me. That was Agents of the Black Sun against EBO.
Agents
Joe was playing
versus
Agents
Yoda
against
Communing.
Yoda Communing. I was just saying before this, like, yeah, Agents was a good call, I think.
Chris Kelly, never. So yeah, it looked like Matt Scott was going to beat Robbie Hendon by about 10. Again, the matchup for Tom versus Barry for game 2 is TTO versus OA with Fombas.
So, this matchup, I have quite a bit of knowledge about how this should play out.
I'm actually here. Let's turn on the commentator or the camera so that way.
Get Justin on here as well.
Yeah.
They can hear.
Yeah,
he's a little bit off screen, but we got Justin to sign next to me here.
So, I know what Greg's list is. It's all ground Yoda Communing. And the Agents makes a lot of sense. Can't hear this side, we can't hear. Oh.
Yeah, you can hear. They can hear you.
So essentially, Greg's up 13. Agents makes a lot of sense because you have Cad Bane. They probably play 3 Cad Banes. Are they starting the thing? The quietly observing.
Yeah.
Yeah, quietly
So
observing
they play like
wipe.
3 Cad Banes and 3 Aura Sings. It would have been a great call yesterday. It beats Y40 very easily.
Yeah.
The thing is that Greg's deck plays some cards that are very good against this deck. Namely, a 3/2 sight with double impressive and most impressive. So it's going to be interesting to see if he puts. If I was Greg, I would go turn 1 Luke there, and just say, "Come at me," and I'm going to send your guys away. Because with impressive, most impressive, he can get Orison and Cad Bane off. Cad Bane has to be with another bounty hunter, and I would just say, start because he's up 13. I would just start from the beginning. I would be like drain 3, drain 3, drain 3.
Yeah. And which Luke?
Why prevent the paying
Which
every
Luke does
time?
he play?
Destiny. So he's playing stock.
Yeah, he's
Disciples.
playing. He's playing Last Jedi.
He's got 4 copies of that. He's light on guys. He starts the Gick effect, so he can play very aggressively. And Shadow Collective is fast but slow at the same time. So like, here's what I would do if I was Greg though. I would not go Luke to Coruscant. Whereas like the old Hitco matchup, you'd want to put Luke on Coruscant. But now I would not. Greg's got some tech too. He's got some like.
Well, the 3/2 side gives you some interesting protection because AOBS will often have senses and imbalanced combos and stuff to stop light side's normal battle tricks. It'll get characters out of there, but nothing will stop the 3/2 Naboo side from taking out your guys.
Yeah.
I look at Agents and I said I should have played it yesterday. It would have been really good. I don't really know why we didn't think of it. It would have been great against. It's good. It's like the only deck that's good against like the cheese and also mains.
Yeah.
It's not so good against the 3/2 side.
Yeah.
And Mace Windu and that Qui-Gon and meditation. This deck has a lot of angles.
Yeah.
So cards to look up for
he's
Joe
on
is
site.
like
Yeah.
maybe Ceasefire. So the card that could be big is Hidden Weapons, but I don't think they play it.
Yeah, I can't see Joe playing it. I mean, you'd have to run like multiple.
Well,
you just have. I mean, you have Django and you have Boba Fett. That's pretty much it.
You can run Jodo.
You could run Jodo
Jodo's
Cast,
not
but
great.
he's
but
not great in this game.
Well, so he's
big Boba Fett.
Yeah, you
But
certainly run like
that's the thing. Like all his best
two Boba
guys
Fetters.
go down the hole.
Yeah, like Mara is probably the only one you're even allowed to play that doesn't, and the Emperor, I guess. But you can't. You're not going to be able to play. You're not going to be able to play the Emperor to that site. So
And
Yeah,
even if you-
meditating Quai versus alien decks. Quai comes back. He's got double Greg. Oh, here's another card that they have in this deck. Their deck is good. Charlie and Greg, their deck is good. They play. You guys good?
Yeah.
They play Daughter of Skywalker.
Oh, that's interesting.
And Impressive.
Yeah.
Impressive. And Leia's gun. I mean, he's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And Anakin Virtual.
We'll give
Who
Drew
is
credit.
that?
Drew. We didn't know, Drew. We didn't know.
Yeah.
You weren't here to tell us, so
Yeah.
we
You're
didn't
too
know.
busy at a wedding.
He's got to put. If he puts Luke out to like a Coruscant site, I think that's bad. Because then Cad Bane comes down, and
Well, then they can move over on top of him. They can add a bunch of people again, like if they have sense and
immune less
imbalance
than
protection.
like he's got Rey who's immune less than 5, Doss is immune less than 6, Anakin's immune less than 6. His guys are gonna be pretty hard to kill.
Yeah.
If Luke stays out. Now Hayes was talking a little bit about how this deck is broken, and how they like all thought it was the best deck. I mean, it would have been the best deck yesterday. I don't know if it's the best deck today.
the agent stack.
Yeah. Padme goes from
Yeah, she's what, immune less than 5 now?
Yeah, so she's reasonable. Yeah, this
Anakin
deck's solid.
Skywalker V. There's the boss, or Lisa to get the boss Nash chamber.
Yeah. So
Solid
Greg's
start for Greg.
activation's going to be reasonable. Oh, yeah, reasonable. It's going to be reasonable activation. Is this Greg's turn?
I think this is on Joe's turn.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's battle.
Oh, this is all before the game actually starts. Like Joe hasn't activated anything. Pulling the fanfare shield.
So Greg also has like Beargwin, Rose, BB, all 3 of those cards.
So you can beat the cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think this could be good. Is you got anything for TTO?
I mean, Beargwin, Rose, BB. And 2 sites, so I think.
Okay.
In my opinion, it feels like Greg can throw this one away. Like, he's got the tools that he's not going to feel like, oh my god, I can't win this matchup.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of what Joe's going to be doing, he probably wants to go pretty fast to space and just get like site. Like if Greg does what I'm saying to do, which is go to the 3-2 site, Joe's got to make a decision. Do I go even try to fight that?
Yeah.
And the answer's probably no.
Probably not on turn 2. You know?
And
No,
then,
there's no way.
And then it's like, okay, now I have to go like Emperor, move over a guy, like get all my stuff and space, and then I'm doing 4 to your 2 because you get resistance out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not good against like Qui-Gon. Like, so the thing is,
No.
Joe can just go, or Greg can just go guy with the Gick effect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you can just walk right into Scissors Bounty and it doesn't even matter.
Okay, so Joe has the Vigo down. He gets 2 of his sights out.
He has
Yeah, he only has 1
square.
Odin. I think they have a disarmed instead.
Yeah.
In response to the chat, like agents would have been really good yesterday because there's a lot of space decks, and it also would have been so you could have approached the meta and said agents will be good against the space decks and good against the mains decks because of Cad Bane and Aura Singh, and the fact that people weren't playing like No Idea Old Allies, which are a little harder matchups. I think.
Yeah.
I think what we missed, like me and MHT and like Steve, and I was talking to Paul a little bit too, we missed that the alternative to mains would be Y40. We thought the alternative to mains would still be like the standbys, the Diplos, and the Old Allies and the No Ideas. So we basically practiced our map versus mains matchup like 1,000 times and felt really good with it, even Qui-Gon. And then obviously Matt beats like the No Ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
So we were like, all right, Matt's the best deck again. And then we saw the whole field was just like Y40, and we were like, I mean, I was 4-0, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to day 3, which was proven true. I missed it, yeah. But Agents would have been great yesterday. So he got double Twix? No, one
No,
Twix. It's
yeah,
Yoda's.
it's the Yoda and then the boss Ness.
You know,
And
it's on the
it's
other
kind of
side.
really interesting to see like Jared play Agents yesterday. He ended up going what 7-1 or 6-2.
He was. He was.
He was
he must have been
71. Yeah,
71. He was number
he's
one.
the number 1 seed.
So we got the Vigo out. Did he play the Professor Shield? No.
No.
It's a
No.
sack grabber. Okay, so Kane CEO, some praise for the chat. Yes, Kane. So it's standard agents. Zuckus, you can kind of see his.
Is that Mace?
Yeah, I mean, early Mace. Yeah. Drew, I played against Y40 twice. And those were 2 losses. And then I had, like, pretty much the worst hand possible against Casey. Where, like, Stunning Leader and Clash of Sabers basically allowed him to have an undercover spy for, like, 4 turns. And a miss on a Saddam. So, like, Mara was just in front of my big stack at the Cloud City chamber, Carbonite chamber, doing nothing, and he was just retrieving a force and paying to drain for 2. And I didn't have a sight. It was rough. All right, so is that Mason's Saber?
That's basically yes.
Yeah.
You also got to remember the context of the matchup, right? Like he's up 13, he wants to get damage in. Agents doesn't have that much retrieval. Agents does have to put a decent amount of cards on the table. Ooh, meditation early. Now so he gets that. That's great because he can get it back with Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's where I think it gets interesting. We see Fanfare Secret. I don't want Greg to play Battlefront right now. Just take the loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 1.
Yeah, it's way better
Because
for
you look
Greg's head.
He's
to-
gonna
Yeah,
have.
he's got
I
3
mean, I'm sure there's
shields,
cold heat in the deck, but I know from the agent's perspective, it can get tricky because resistance and battle plan both have to be played. So if he doesn't find cold heat, which one is he playing?
Yeah.
He's going for shields.
Oh, come on. Come on, Greg. Be good. Yeah, Tarkin's orders. Or, like, I'm sure there's, like, some version of, like, voyeurs and stuff. Yeah, so he's already done that. Fanfare's out.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't don't battle plan Greg.
He's
Can
got
Greg
the.
hear me? Can I just yell at
Oh,
him?
he plays it.
My God, why is he so bad? Like, I give these guys these pep talks, and they just keep screwing up. This game is so... Oh, my God.
I mean, what you're saying makes a lot of sense, though, because, I mean, he's ahead, so trading a drain of 1 for a drain of 3 is great.
Yeah. Well, it's a drain of 1 plus the
Drain of 1 plus the pink, sure. But,
But
I mean,
ping's
you're
gonna
gonna
happen
get-
regardless.
still
You lose
only
cards.
2.
Yeah, you're gonna get.
It's only 2,
lose
and he's up by
cards.
13.
When you're gonna get pinged either way. That part doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
It's-
Why? He has no ships in his deck. Like, he just basically gave...
Yeah.
That's so bad, man. Oh, well. Because now, if I'm Greg, if I'm double digit. That's
Well, I mean,
impressive.
there's no try. It's already on the table. It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean,
there's. That was rough because now it's like.
Yeah, you don't want yourself to pay.
For your own battle
For
plan.
your own
When
battle
you
plan,
know
yeah.
you're gonna have to play.
I mean,
it.
I think the one thing that he's doing.
Okay, it looks like ours thing's coming down against Mace.
Yeah, I'm with you, Sean. I think it's just a reflex of like, oh, don't.
So he's
don't
putting
let him-
all
don't
his
let him
guys in
free.
front.
That's ambitious.
Yeah.
Disarmed. Get your disarm, bro.
Yeah, there must be a disarmed.
Well,
No,
light side has
Yeah,
disarm.
he's got walkway,
Oh, yeah.
pays 3.
He's not
He's
doing it.
pick
He's
up the
activating
disarm.
all his forces. Activating all the forces.
I mean, maybe he's got it in his hand. I don't know.
Hopefully he's got. Oh, he looks like he's got Odin in his hand.
If he has Odin in his hand, then this is.
He should be doing activate phase actions.
Yeah.
Do some activate phase actions, Greg. It's also slow down, Greg.
Yeah, Joe's got the disarm in his hand, so.
Slow down, Greg. Slow down. Yeah, disarmed agents.
That's not gonna.
I mean, disarmed was a huge card this weekend. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. So sorry about the mess.
Like, I mean,
His
all the
own
CCGs
disarm. He has disarmed, and he didn't get it, or just. Oh my lord in heaven. Okay. All right. That's
Joe
good.
doesn't have the sense, so.
Well, I think
It's immune to
that
sense.
modus
Oh,
immune sense.
Does not have a second disarmed.
Matt won game 1 by 4 against Robbie. CCT against Leonard.
By 4.
Oh
Okay.
wow. Okay, yeah.
No,
Phil's
he said
saying
24, but it was 4.
no, that was
no.
That was,
Ca-
that was
uh,
Casey.
yeah.
No, it was. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Matt.
Robbie
Robbie
by 4
Robbie
in
gets
game
mad.
1.
That's
Tied
good for
on those
Robbie.
lines.
That's
Yeah.
good for Robbie.
Well, yeah, when I walked over, Robbie only had like 7 down against like 12, but Robbie was doing like 6 damage, and Matt was doing
People have
1.
made, in my opinion, other than these two people here, these two players, they've made maybe not Jared, very odd choices for day 3.
I mean, Barry, I think, just wanted to play what he was.
Yeah,
I know
Barry played the
was gonna
same
play.
thing. It's weird to play the same thing. when you
Barry
play
played the
my
same
40.
thing. Well, Barry played the same thing. Casey played the same thing.
No, Casey played.
Casey played 100% the same thing.
Oh, he played EBO yesterday.
Yeah.
See,
Well, when I deck checked him, we were told
God,
to
it
use the
happened to
same
me.
lists.
just stop being so scared, man. Stop being scared.
Is that right?
Why are you going to the other
Ray
site?
and,
Why are you
Daughter.
going to the other site? Stop being scared. You have Mace, unless you're just gonna fight with Mace. But like, get Leia and cancel Oracing.
Yeah.
Is Drew on? Like, what is up with your boy, man?
Like I know Barry was actually going to play the hunt down, but there was like so many cards that were the wrong cards.
Yeah,
Why are people so afraid to lose that they just lose? It's like a basketball team just only passes.
Do we think that there's two maces, right? In this deck?
Yeah, there's 2 Maces.
Gallagher's got the second one already.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, but like, who cares? Like, he kills all those guys, Drew, and then he just like pops this thing out of play.
I wasn't making fun of your cards, Josh. I was saying the fact that Barry couldn't play it.
Like, he's gonna run away, and then what happens? Then what happens? Another ping of 1.
Yep.
Like, if he's taking this line, like, Agents doesn't actually fight that well, and now doesn't like. And he had the same.
Oh, the Daughter's Skywalker cancels aura.
I mean, it could if you draw a 4.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what
No,
I'm
it's
saying.
going to be greater than something
Greater be a
than
5.
other.
But okay, say he doesn't cancel aura. Like, okay, your Mace might get hit, but you're killing all their guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're killing
so-
Prince
yeah,
Sizor.
Yeah, unless they
You're
have a
Krillin.
sniper.
And you're making
Actually,
him
I
use
feel
the
like
sewer
I mean-
on Shizor.
I mean, you can always Leia's gun and just shoot
Yeah.
the thing.
It's like, I
lost.
mean, I don't even know that you need to use Daughter of Skywalker.
I mean, I guess what he's doing now is he's trying to shut off resistance. And then he can go. So next turn, you can go like Luke to one of these places and maybe shut off resistance.
I mean,
What, throw Luke to the 3-2?
No, throw Luke to one of these and never play his 3-2. Because look, he lost his battle plan. So it's pretty clear that Greg's just going to pile his mains on.
okay.
I mean, that's a fine plan.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Dylan. So
Yeah,
I just-
Dylan. Like,
He doesn't need the Daughter of Skywalker. He can just
you
battle.
can save. Yeah, you can just basically say, swing at everything. Meditation.
Yeah.
If Mace dies, he dies, and you just retrieve the saber.
Yeah.
With your
Yeah, with
once
your
per
once per
game.
game. Yeah.
and then you like just load up,
Yeah, because like you're definitely gonna hit Vigo. You're definitely gonna hit Caesar.
unflip some,
Like, yeah,
and then you
yeah.
could like draw to 12 and save like 8.
And it's going to make him use the sewer pull once per
He
game.
wouldn't be able to pull coward. He would have no guys out.
Yeah.
All the guys are dead. So it would be like
Is that Rose?
Rose.
That is Rose,
That's actually a good card too. That might be worth the pop right now.
Yeah, well, coward's not out.
Well, he doesn't
No, he has
need
a
he's
coward
got-
anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's.
I mean, don't you play Mace Windu with meditation for that exact moment
Yeah, I mean that.
after canceling a disarmed? Like
Yeah, I feel like after you cancel the disarmed and like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Like there's a
I think I
chance
would
that
battle
there's a
there.
chance that like he doesn't lose anything.
Yeah.
Like he draws 2 destiny. What if he draws like 5-4 and then
Doesn't-
like
Doesn't meditation is it meditation non-V, right? Or
No,
no,
it's
it's meditation
virtual,
V.
virtual.
It's V rather.
so then he can like get
Well, it
size
reduces
or
all
like
their power.
power and forfeit.
Yeah. It's like I don't even know if you need to pop the meditation. What's the math on it? It's like 11. It's 8 power against 6, with one destiny each. I don't.
It's literally like why you play.
Yeah, it's like I don't even think you have to pop meditation. You just swing, draw, like, and maybe lose a couple.
I mean, I'll say this. Okay, so we can stop.
Anyway,
The line that Greg took, in my opinion, is bad. However, his alternate line of stacking 2 sites and not allowing resistance seems reasonable.
Sure.
Yeah, there's no place for the Emperor to go.
Yeah.
And
It turns off the Shadows ping.
so, like, probably what Drew might want to do is, like,
you just gotta pass it. I mean, there's one on the sand effect. But
yeah, so that's true. And you
Oh,
gotta
that's
figure,
actually-
that
that's
if
actually-
he didn't have Luke, that Ray probably found Luke.
Yeah.
Before those.
I would say unless Ray found the sand effect is another reason why you should have battled with fire. Because then you can just pull up Luke.
Yeah, like,
even if you don't care about the destiny.
Well, it's weird. Like, do you like not want to stack a weapon? And that's why he played the guys first.
Yeah.
Sand effect is awkward.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing is, it can be both things. It can be like running. I mean, I don't think that it's like you can't still do that game plan and killing 3 guys. I think like killing Orsing, Vigo, and Zizor especially is like really strong.
Yeah, now Joe can actually set up the Shadows ping just by moving stuff around. But
no, you can't. You have to have 3 battlegrounds.
He'd have to.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
Like,
like,
put
yes.
the guy in front and then move some into the middle.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So now he's going to be doing 3 damage and 4 damage, and yeah, and this is exactly why you just want to be aggressive. You want stuff to die. Also, Greg's got to remember, like, the sequencing of the game. Like, 3 cards in lost pile means that Joe has to play 3 more cards when he's down 13. Like, yeah, like you can get the Zizor back once per game and stuff like that, but yeah, but Luke was always going to be able to come out. Like, I don't think you can lock Luke out as agents because agents can't spread that wide.
I mean, certainly can't spread that wide that quickly. Like if he had spread that wide on
like Luke comes out, like basically Greg's turn is what, pay 6 to drain and then play Luke.
Yeah,
play Luke. So he plays 11 for us to do that. He's activating 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and he's got a couple saved.
I mean, he could go like Luke, move over into the Imperial City, start draining there too.
Yeah.
The coward's not going to.
Well, you want Luke at the battleground to keep him foot.
Greg's got a 2-card hand.
That appears to be what happened. Well, I think also like with Ray in hand, with Ray in hand, you're really happy if you can trick Shadow, if you can trick AOBS into spreading like that, because like Ray and Known Daughter of Skywalker in hand is going to be a big beatdown on somebody.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're just sitting there now and paying for your own battle plan that you played. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
All right, so. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Drew, he can't be on 3 battleground sites, but he's on 3 battlegrounds, he's on battle plan, and he can just play a guy, move away, ping 1 during his turn.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what's Greg's plan now? Pay 6 to drain for 4? 5?
It'd be 5, yeah.
6?
6.
Leia's there. 2 sabers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have to do that. No, Leia's at the site.
Yeah,
so
Leia's
it's
at the
6.
site, so
It would be 6.
Nothing else.
Yeah, Ray has saber.
Mm-hmm. No, a lot of 6s.
No Suns, out of sense.
There's
Oh, and the Luke.
Here comes Luke. Yeah, so he's taking the turn we thought he was going to take. I might move a guy. What do you think? Think he moved like? No.
No, I don't think I have to. If you're content to just do this, now drain 4, drain 2, or drain 4, drain 3.
So Tarkin's orders would be really bad.
Yeah,
But he could grab that.
yeah, you can just grab 2 consorters then.
But I mean, you gotta think Joe's also playing Warrior.
Sure.
But you
Yeah,
can
it doesn't
have
matter.
a Warrior,
I'll be honest. If he can lock him out of resistance,
he could. It's gonna make the drain race pretty fast.
Yeah.
What's up, Matt?
Do you want an update on matches?
Yes, please.
Barry advances. Over
this is the only.
Okay,
match that
so
matters.
Barry advances over Tom Hayden.
This is like all. This is 3 rounds of the final competition. But what do I know? That's Mr. Nice. So let's see. Voyeurs in hand. There's not that many great cards for Voyeur to name. Like
I'm gonna see which is Wisa. every
Wisa,
time.
and like you
Just-
hope to get a couple.
Yeah, like you probably just name Wisa unless you have.
I might just
known-
grab it and say if he has Tarkin's orders.
That's a miss.
Oh man, the whiff.
A whiff on the Wisa. Wow.
The whiff is great. You know what's interesting too? If you actually like really skilled, you like don't cycle your Wisas and you just lose them in the game early, and then you like don't have cards to them. Like if you just have a Wisa early,
Yeah.
you just like first card you lose Wisa. If you don't have Wisa in your hand, lose from the top and hope to get the Wisas.
Yeah.
So now he does 1. Now I'll tell you what Greg should not do. Should not play the JCC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impressive. Sorry about the mess. Wonder if you 3PS out.
No.
Like, I wonder if you 3PO will come out. That'd be an interesting one. So now, what do we got? Django?
Django.
Fighting? Oh no, he's just gonna move away.
Yeah, he's just doing that to cause a pain with.
Yeah.
Marja, he hasn't done their disarmed. If I was Greg, I also might be like thinking about retreating. Yeah, he has a Quam. He lost the Sari, but it's solo. Okay. Doesn't
That's
look like I've seen a Tarkin's orders anywhere.
No, it's he does have an interesting card. It's Sith Infiltrator.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
just-
Sith Infiltrators.
It's just anti-landing cloud.
Yeah, like pretty. I've seen it.
No, it's pretty clear they played their space package to have no landing cloud turns.
Yeah, I don't think there's a Tarkin's Order in the deck.
So pretty standard looking.
No. Was that 3 disarms?
How many more characters? Qui-Gon, Anakin, Padme, Solo would be the ones.
Yeah.
Which is pretty robust.
I don't think he
She'll
could.
be able to leave a guy at a site, then chase. What do you mean? Oh, to keep resistance up?
It's gonna be rough.
Oh, like when he just died. I don't get. He would just die.
Just
Yeah.
just Guy plus Gick is your plan to avoid resistance.
But I mean,
That doesn't. I mean, I guess that saves you. That
yeah, you eat a Gick and then like.
it saves you.
it saves you
4?
some force. It saves you 4.
Yeah, move a stack. I'm just
No,
not
it saves
sure.
you
I mean,
Eric, I'm not sure the stack that he's moving actually wants to fight. Like he'd be going in front of Mace.
Yeah.
I guess it's not bad. You like can play the disarmed on Mace again and hope that's probably your best line. Like moves his stack in front of Mace and hopes that his disarm works, and then moves Django Fett over to the other side.
But maybe.
But in which case maybe he. Oh no, Fets don't have boundless.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like. But I think it's more about can he actually
Very,
chase
very,
one of the
Very
sites.
obliterated. Mr. Hayden.
There's no left 20.
Low 20s.
I think I think Eric. I think what he has to do is he can't win on this line by 14. So I think he's gotta. Yeah, he needs to make something happen at one of these sites. Yeah, so he did. That's yeah. Okay, so that makes sense.
Chris Coughlin informed us that Joe is in low 20s in Life Force right now. So.
I still don't think this battle's great.
Well, I mean,
He has disarmed though.
Greg or Joe?
Joe has
Well,
disarmed.
if Greg has disarmed though, then this is a disaster battle, isn't it? Like,
No, he's 2 weapons.
oh, does he? Oh, because he added Mara. Sure. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, he really wants to like have his Odin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice.
No, the fact that
Take some activate
I
phase
was gonna say
actions.
she's over by himself.
Yeah, like if
Qui-Gon
he has
comes down.
Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Like he doesn't have to. I mean, he should still drain. I think. Well, I think he still wants to drain for 2, right?
Yeah.
That's the last
Yeah.
action of
I
his
don't know,
control
like,
phase.
Like, I think it really depends on like.
Yeah.
what-
As the last thing you do in control. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so Quimunning has.
Oh wow. It's the first action. Oh, he's
Well,
he's walking and activate phase.
Activate phase. That's good.
For it, I would have activated 3, I think, but
Yeah.
oh, okay. Well,
I mean, he might
better
have.
lucky than good.
It might-
Maybe he knew it was there. I
Yeah,
suppose.
he might have known it was there. Because I haven't been keeping track if Greg's been more on top of it than I was when I played the Quimunning, of commuting every single.
Now,
turn.
Lana's certainly a card that is playable in Agents. I mean, I'd be playing at least 1 or 2 copies.
Sure,
So that's
sure.
another thing. But the problem is, it doesn't actually do that much right now because he does it to
Right,
like
'cause he has
Mara.
the 2 weapons anyway.
But it's not that bad. Like he loses Luke's lightsaber, then Anakin's lightsaber's there again, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So it's
he still has us.
it's not that bad. I think you definitely do it to Mara.
It does it to Aura.
Just for the I would have done it to
Mara,
Mara because
because
he
she
can
can
lose the
see either
aura.
of them.
There's only one
Yeah.
Mara probably. It's probably like 2 or 3 auras.
He's gonna disarm Luke.
Yeah, you do it tomorrow because she can swing at both Rey and she's got 2 destiny against Rey and.
Now here's a question: is Leia's gun in his reserve deck? So that would be.
That would be a huge blowout.
Yeah, but
Then he should have disarmed Mara.
Aura, yeah. I don't like the disarming of the aura. I'm saying that.
Yeah, because like he's probably not swinging at Luke anyway. Like he's
No.
the redraw, so like.
Well, Luke can use the redraw on anybody.
Oh, I guess by virtue of by disarming, wait, he disarmed Aura, because now Mara can just like swing at Rey
He
and draw
appears to
2. That's
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Because if he says, okay, it's Aura, then you're swinging at the guy that you're probably disarming anyway. You see what I'm saying?
well, it's also bad because I feel like you should have
Now Greg
disarmed.
can lose 2 weapons.
I feel like you should have disarmed Mara because you can also battle first action Daughter of Skywalker more likely to cancel
Yes.
our thing.
Or if you, yeah.
So then Aura can't shoot at all.
It's
Yeah.
just like he's going through these cycles like really fast when he should be tanking a little bit more and like, okay, like thinking like some of the stuff that we're talking about.
I mean, you're up by 13. You have 13 cards to play with. Why?
They probably canceled Django.
I mean, he has the sand effect. Django doesn't need too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no real need to cancel Django.
I mean, the only
I
reason to
cancel
cancel
like
Django is so he
Vigo
doesn't
or
pull.
something. No, it's not Vigo.
No, yeah, I cancel Arsene.
Yeah, you cancel Arsene. Django, I mean, can pull Fett, but if that site's pretty much clear,
Also,
Fett's not going to come into play.
Well, also, Django can pull Fett, but there's still a card on the sand effect. So
Yeah,
the first
that's the
Fett's not going to do anything. So
and you
and
what, pull Clash?
is it Clash and
It's Clash and Luke.
Oh wow.
Oh God, you could pull.
You could pull
So
the
actually,
Clash.
that is an argument for canceling Django, because if you cancel Django, you can pull Clash, or no, you'd have to have Daughters. You'd have
Wait,
to
how
have
are you
Luke's
pulling
list.
Clash?
It's on the send effect.
Nah, there's too many guys there for the Clash to be a big blowout here.
I don't think Clash is good. Clash has been like really bad in like these resistance matchups. It ends up like turning their guys into an undercover
Oh,
spot.
there's the, yeah, that's good.
See,
Yeah, now with the Leia's gun in play, I think definitely I'm more in agreement that the Star should have been on Mara. Weirdly, I feel like my instinct would have been to put it on Mara. I wonder why his instinct was to put it on Arsene.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
the +1 because he wants Luke to live, but that's still a pretty hard hit when you get to redraw, and then he would have the Leia's gun on, or it's so bad.
Well, I mean, he also has the Leia's gun.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has the Leia's gun and the Daughter Skywalker in play.
yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, it's not daughter and Leia. It's
does he
you
even
do
want
the
Luke
Leia's
to,
gun.
does he even want Luke to live? I mean,
Yeah,
kinda, because you
yeah.
want to stop the ping. On the other hand, you could pull a Luke off the sand effect and then whatever you just
Ooh,
play
spice
another one.
balls.
But
Oh, so that's not bad. He
Oh,
gets
he
to
walked
fight Probot, kill Probot, and then move to the 3-2.
Yep.
Okay.
That's good.
Then like The one thing I'll say, and I'm not trying to bash Greg. I don't know if he's doing this intentionally, but by playing these games, like more stuff happens, more stuff happens, more stuff happens, more stuff happens. There's more likelihood for Joe to have to continue to play cards to the board.
Yeah.
And every card is a life force at this stage, and there's not much retrieval. I mean, Dr. Afra and like maybe First Strike. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. First Strike, I feel like, is in and out of these decks. I know JNAB used to be playing a lot with the battle board combo instead of actual First Strike.
I would have potentially been in. No, I guess it doesn't matter. I will say this: Joe lost about 4 Emperors.
Yeah.
So hitting Luke would have been like even more reason. Because I think what happens in this battle that they're about to have is that Mara is going to swing at Eric. Is going to swing at Anakin.
Or Luke? No. Leia?
No, he's going to swing at Anakin. Or swing at Rey. Sorry.
Yeah,
And kill the saber.
Okay. Yeah.
It's 2 and a 4 versus 2
Yeah.
plus 1 on your 7.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, Greg can't have his deck.
I mean, the other thing is you could just move
Well, Greg can't.
3 of those.
Greg can't have his deck tracked. Because
That's a good point. Maybe he's not fighting.
He could just run away. Yeah. I don't know how much Destiny he left.
No, it's just. It's not crazy.
I don't think he has the force left though.
No, he probably doesn't.
Or not even run away.
Yeah, just stand there.
Just stand.
Yeah, just go in front of Shizor. You're not going to battle in front of with Shizor there when you have a saber.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I think like moving Mace over, moving that guy over.
Moving Qui-Gon over, I think you definitely want to do.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Alright.
That seems reasonable.
Alright.
Because next turn you can just pay to drain for 4. He's gonna have a ton of force now because he's added
5.
4 to his
Oh, no, for resistance.
4
Yeah.
resistance. You imagine that resistance will stay up.
Yeah.
But by virtue of killing the Probot, like Joe's clock significantly decreased.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's not gonna want to really initiate a battle.
No.
So like Joe plays like 2 force.
Oh, there's another
Plus the
Luke
Qui-Gon
and
like
the
saber.
Qui-Gon saber.
I might pop Walkling now.
I don't think I would pop Walkling in case he battles because you need to leave the force to shoot Leia's gun.
Yeah, true. True, he's gonna
Wait,
ping.
oh yes, yeah, secret
Yeah,
presence is on the
he's
table.
going to.
Yeah, how is he winning? The problem is, so okay, I've been bashing Greg a lot in this match. Not battling is really smart, if based on his awful decisions. But now he can go fight, lose Luke, sand effect my Luke,
Pick up Luke.
pick up my Luke,
Grab the
play
saber
it again.
back.
grab
And
the
then
saber.
just go
then
down
he
to
got
maybe
back.
like the 3-2 or Mace and put Mace in front of Shizor.
Yeah, not the 3-2, but the sewers.
Yeah, the sewers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and then, well, I don't know if I leave Luke alone just because of like bad things can happen. But I don't mind like you lose your Luke and get another Luke. Yeah. So 5, 5, 3, 5, 6. Jeez. I mean, Agents does have good destiny, so he's got like all 4s and 3s and 6s and 5s. The thing is like no JCC, and I can't picture.
I mean,
I can't picture Joe taking out 2 sites. Like, say Joe plays Aura Sing and has the, or not Aura Sing, but plays like a bunch of really good guys to kill his whole stack with Rey or something, or Mace or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still think it's going to be pay 6 to do 4 damage, 2 to 3 more times this game.
Yeah.
And that's 12 cards. I don't know if Joe can support.
it's going to
this
take
in
extra
12.
resources for Joe to come down and actually do something
Yeah.
against Leia, Rey, and
Right.
Luke.
Right.
And then Joe, that's going to turn off resistance. He's
All
probably
right.
going
So
to clear
Alice
most of that
is
stuff.
happening. That's interesting. Wait. Oh, he quammed it. Quam on the Ellis. That's major. Big league. Big league, Greg. Big league. Big
I
league.
think that's the first thing in this game that you've said that Greg has done well.
Big league.
I don't think that's true.
No, I'm liking.
Yeah,
like,
No, I mean I like the situation. That
Greg
he's
has
in now.
reacted really, really well
I think
to making some lines that I wouldn't have made.
Yeah.
But
And
he's stuck to his lines, and he's done some good things in his
yeah,
lines.
that's exactly what I was. It's like I think this has disagreed with the lines that he's taken, but thought that the
Like
lines
seeing the
that were
2
chosen were
sites, the
executed.
double site stack,
Yeah.
Luke not alone, but Luke with other people.
Yeah.
And not utilizing the 3-2 is reasonable. If that's a reasonable
Is
one,
that
like I'd said
another Ellis?
3-2.
Or no, he had to pay for it. And
Yeah, he had to pay for it.
No, he
had
no
to-
escaped it back to his hand.
It's another Alice.
But he's the kick effect. I mean, like.
Yeah, he has the kick effect in him, so this is
Yeah.
kind of
But, like,
whatever.
I mean, it doesn't turn to a drain of 3.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a drain of 3, but now. Oh, that's not good.
That's good. Okay, well, I'd said.
Well, no, it depends on how much Greg can get to, because he can just pick up that QAM now, like.
Oh, right.
Yeah, true.
Or Qui-Gon. Or no, he's Yoda. Yeah, he can still pick it up right now. That's.
I mean, there's still a lot he can do. I mean, it's still a drain of 2.
Yeah.
Greg's
using a lot of cards.
Greg's hand has been low this whole game.
Yeah. His hand's been low, but Ray. I guess Ray hasn't been out that long. It's like Ray helps you with having a low hand size sometimes.
He needs
particularly in Quimunning.
So low for.
Sorry,
maybe. He's fighting there.
So he swings and hits, but that doesn't really matter because there's just the kick
Yeah,
effect.
you said the
I don't know if I would have swung at all because now it's +2 battle
to
to
total. Yeah.
He draws a 7.
Yeah, so 7 clears Mara.
I mean, the big thing is Shizor's still stuck there.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. If he has, he's another. Well, he lost the saber.
I mean, he could easily just use the effect.
What if Greg has a Navrin?
He does.
Like he can Navrin Mace over.
Draws the good. Draws good combo.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that'd be savage.
Yeah, like Navrin.
Greg has a Navrin, but there's good.
Yeah. It's always something.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The kick effect. Wait, what just happened? The kick effect doesn't get placed on play. It was lost, isn't it?
No. Out of play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So now he can actually walkling his Qui-Gon back.
I don't think you want to do that. So now he gets to dream. He gets to dream. He's got to take. Now he has to figure something out for that 3-2 side.
Yeah.
I don't know. It still feels like Joe is.
But see, this is
low
the
on
thing that's
rifles.
frustrating. Is like he disarmed Olson. And there's probably 2 to 3 copies. There's probably 1 copy of Mara.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like now the Olson's freed up because he's clearly going to lose it. So it's like, and he doesn't have the kick anymore. So
Because that's only kick.
yeah, he doesn't have it. Just like we need Greg to slow down his like key decisions. Seems like he's making them very, very fast. Like who to disarm, who to to battle or not. Like he made those decisions very.
So he loses the JCC.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's he really forced to right now?
The Emperor.
Oh.
$15, $16. 16's a lot.
And
So
like
you
3 down.
pay 3.
Yeah.
You pay. BB-8 would be a good card right now. Asking for a count. We've got off-screen counting. Off-screen. Counting.
Joe's at 19, around 19 right now, according to Tim. Oh, they're counting it. Joe at 22.
22.
That's still a lot. Greg's at 24.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter though. Like
Yeah.
Ellis was big. The Ellis, the no escape, cancel on the Ellis, and then the U3PO. That turn was so good for Joe. Like we had just talked about how we didn't see him taking him off of 2 drains. Only did it because he had the Ellis.
Yeah.
Ellis is what enabled that.
Now it makes the not battling play look a little sketchy.
Yeah. I mean, 2 times.
I mean, you
Greg
have the
could've gotten these
QAM.
cards.
You have the QAM though, so you probably feel like Ellis is not a huge concern, right?
I don't even think it's that. I think it's like you should have been battling with laser gun and lightsabers. killing his guys. I feel like Greg's been very like cautious about his guys dying
Mm-hmm.
at the expense of like 4 guys dying for like.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, what if I lose my mace? But it's like, what if like he played a meditation and never used it?
Yeah.
A meditation he could have got back with
With the Qui-Gon, and then that would have been real good there.
Yeah. Is that Solo?
Anakin? No, that's Solo. Yeah.
The Quam to
No,
can't
sorry
Quam.
about that. The Quantum Mercenary is still in reserve.
Yeah. Yeah, the use portion is.
I mean, now he's gonna take a lot of damage. Oh, he's got ultimatum.
Yeah. Move over in front of Shizor, pull the ultimatum shield.
Move away. I don't know where that makes sense. Because why would Solo and Rey want to be together, right? So we could take 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know. I think you could have left Leia by herself. I mean, she's got a gun.
I mean, I'll tell you, it's like he's.
And there could be an Anakin or an Anakin V.
You gotta grab it at this point, Greg. It's a card in Life Force. It's gonna cause you damage. Just grab it. If he has a Tarkin's orders, he has a Tarkin's orders. Like,
yeah.
Stop playing scared. Grab it. Grab it. Grab it.
Juju, I know you said it a while ago, but to your point in the chat, me not knowing that the Gick effect goes out of play shows how often I had to use the Gick effect when I was playing Shadow Collective.
Go.
I am honestly not sure that I ever used it once. I played a fair bit of that deck.
All right.
Okay, good.
Clutch.
Maybe he's heard you. And there's what, like 2 leases in there?
Odin.
Impressive, most impressive. Jedi levitation. Okay, Joe, I guess Joe decided to use it lost.
Oh, once it's grabbed, it makes
Oh,
sense.
he's assuming that maybe there's a Jar Jar on the deck.
Yeah.
Which I think is once it's grabbed. That's a good point.
Yeah, once it's grabbed, then you get to see the use also. You get to see what the top 2 cards are to know.
Play ultimatum. Play ultimatum. Play ultimatum. Play ultimatum. I don't think he's busted, is he?
No. No, he's only played 2, maybe 3 shields.
No, he has certainly 3 shields.
Yes, all right.
Okay. Okay.
Do you think he tracked his Quam?
I mean, it's the bottom card, or it
should
was
know where
it was
it
the bottom
is.
card of reserve last turn. So however much he left. In
Oh, but then he
reserve.
shuffled
Yeah.
with Boyer. So that's
No,
No, it was
Boyer
his
doesn't
reserve
shuffle.
deck.
Lola doesn't shuffle used.
It doesn't.
No,
I wonder
think
if they
so.
shuffle or if they messed that up.
Well, whether he did or not, Quite Immersion was the bottom card of reserve. So
He might be able to still get to it though with Communing and Ray.
yeah, he can definitely get to it if he wants it this turn.
Then he can't solo to Saddam. But it's got to figure some balances. I actually played regular Star with the mouse.
Specifically for that, yeah.
Because of like disarm, it's a sort of disarm pay.
One, yeah, imbalance combo is pretty common. So
We also played Weapon of an Ungrateful Master or whatever. Which
Yeah,
is
Weapon of the Fallen
kind
Mentor.
Disarm hate.
I like
to
that
get 2 guys
tech.
around.
that was a good one.
Obviously wasn't good enough. But
Wow.
and Obi-Wan's journal. We had a lot for disarm. Just wasn't enough.
Obi-Wan's journal's on the table. Isn't that global?
No, it's
That
that
there.
character.
Okay.
No, it's not that character. It's non-unique characters with lightsabers. Have that text.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. The wording's interesting, but it's that way. Characters.
Present was a
Present,
lightsaber
okay.
card.
So each of them
So it
has that
covers
text,
all of them. Oh,
and they all
my
have a cancel.
God, that card's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
They all have that game text.
That's insane. I gotta see how many blows Harry I have. Jeez.
All right. So what are we thinking now, guys?
Well,
I mean, it's funny because like the drains too, and we're like, this site's this big deal, but he's gotten him off of. Oh, I guess Joe was gonna move a guy, maybe.
He's got.
I mean,
But then if he has any guy, he can like
where does he put Zizzer? He's got to put Zizzer somewhere that like.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is
that's a
if
good
he's got
point.
if he's got a
Kind
cap, his best thing
That's a
is
good point.
like
Like, honestly-
capital, shuttle up. It's the best thing
He's
you
not
can
good.
do.
There's no capitals. I guarantee there's no
He's
capitals.
got Fallen's Fist in there.
Maybe Fallen's Fist,
Fallen's Fist would be the only capital.
but it's like your turn is Fallen's
Or-
Fist
but
and
shut-
shuttle up.
Or no,
and
he's
it's
got.
like
He's also plays the Sith Infiltrator. He could play it there to the
You
side.
you
play it
can't
to a
you
side.
can't play it to a
Oh,
non-document
that's
set
right,
on
yeah.
piloted.
so lost Luke's lightsaber. That's it, whatever.
Yeah, like I actually feel like the site he's at is the safest one for Zizzer to be at, which is horrible. Like,
Ooh.
okay,
Okay.
for long.
Can't see.
There's no way he doesn't have blast reflection, all right? I mean, all right, he might not have it in hand, but that's
Okay.
certainly got to be
Is that
in the deck.
Orson?
Yeah.
I mean, this is still kind of.
But now like
fine.
meditation clears
yeah, 'cause-
everyone.
Yeah, you just
Mhm.
meditation. That's okay.
Force Lightning, Ponda, Baba.
The other thing that's gonna happen.
That would give you a safe side to move Zizzer.
The other thing that's gonna happen is resistance is going to go away.
for this.
Well,
Well, no, because if he clears
No,
Qui-Gon,
he
if he clears
moves
Mace,
Zyzer over.
they move Zyzer over.
the thing that's interesting is like Mace dying. He might have another Mace at this point, and then he can walkling the saber back.
I mean, the Luke saber is currently on top.
Oh, he's just gonna move in front, maybe disarmed a third, fourth time. Not that.
I mean, he has a lot of disarms.
I think at this point that Greg has Nabrin, and I feel like he sees Uga Tuga lost, so Joe having good combos could potentially get blown up.
I will say, I thought for a while that, like my father before me, making Luke unable to be disarmed was like kind of bummer tags. Like, man, disarm's so cool. Almost like, having seen this tournament now, I'm like, no, disarm's terrible, and we should not. we should not be encouraging there to be like an
So he's
average
going
of 1.5.
Darrow there, which makes sense because now he can like move Mara or something to the 2-2, the 2-0.
Yeah. So he's battling, shooting. Although Mace still gets to shoot once.
I mean, I'm sure there's a deflection at some point, right?
Is there-
He's deflection. He deflection.
Well, because once Forlom cancels his text,
Mhm.
he can't swing twice.
I would cancel that text.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why would you? It's better. So he might just miss the thing. Oh, maybe probably doesn't miss it.
I mean,
Wait, did he shoot first? Did he shoot with
I don't know who he did it with. We don't know. We have no way of knowing.
Okay. Well, if he shot with Arsing, there would be Destiny draws.
Well,
No, he deflectioned it. We have no way. We have no way.
Yes, no,
way of
I
knowing
would
which
deflection the Forlom, absolutely.
Alright, so it's grabbing deflection. That makes sense. Just like grab whatever.
Yeah,
So
I would
swing
absolutely.
at something.
I mean, if you have started with the Messer, you can
No,
shoot
you're
it.
not. You're not playing it. I mean, you could solo it.
I mean, okay. So, oh no, you take the card off of. He takes the card off of Sand Effect here. Plays the Clash on R, saying the battle's over.
After his text is canceled? That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. He's not going to do that.
So now Gik's gonna be. So now Gik is going to be,
He's going to probably have to get
and then Nabrin's freed up.
I mean, he maybe doesn't have to get. He probably has to get. Like,
He's got 7 power to Mace's 6,
so it's a 6 plus 2 Destinies.
so 11.
That is.
Ooh, and he found his Quim. No, that's not even that great.
I was saying if he does that,
16
then
versus.
Wait, so what happened though?
So he blasted deflection the Arsing swing.
Yeah.
And then Forlom hit him.
But then he swung twice.
Oh. Yeah.
Is that virtual Forlom?
Oh, that might have been virtual.
Joe loves
Forlom.
virtual Forlom.
That might have been virtual Forlom.
can we see if that's virtual Forlom, Tim? I don't know if you're paying attention.
Chris Kelly, you were saying you're welcome for the Like My Father Before Me thing.
No,
yeah.
it can't be virtual Forlom because Mace died.
Yeah. Then how
He
do you
might have drawn
swing?
a 6. I didn't see what he drew. Mace
drew
is
the
only-
5.
He drew.
He drew the Force Lightning.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why did he get to swing twice?
Okay, but I mean, the Gik, you call it, the Gik was used there.
Oh, they're look at the way they're talking. There's clearly they caught it now. See?
I mean, he drew the 5, so he would have been power.
Yeah, so now he's saying I don't have to get.
He would have been power 10.
So they reverted it.
10 to 16. He actually still does have to get.
Yeah.
Because this isn't court. 4 lost 4 for 3.
So he drew a 5, so it was 11.
-1 for meditation.
Let's make sure we have that in active judging going on too.
You want to go in there?
Yeah.
I'll go.
All right. Yeah, it's like, I mean, he doesn't have to get, but he has to get.
Yeah. He can't lose. He can't lose that many cards.
Yeah, you can't like you certainly can't lose 6, but you still can't really lose 3.
Yeah, no, that's the biggest issue. But yeah, no, that's not virtual forlom because the virtual forlom has. And honestly, like I said, you let that happen, and then you just pull the clash off, and you play the clash, get rid of the Arsing. Your mace is still there. He can't move Shizor over.
Yeah, he might not have had to force it. He might have only one.
That's the only. No, he's got tons of force there in the force pile.
I think he just activated.
Oh. No, because it was still in Joe's turn.
Are they still in just?
Yeah,
they're
still in Joe's turn.
resetting. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he probably just didn't have to force it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love blowout plays like that. So I'm with you.
It's just like oh, come on.
So the swings on Forlorn became his battle destinies because they never happened, and they weren't 5/5; they were 2/4. So he doesn't have to get. So
right, got it. So you have to go. You have to go back that far. Okay, yeah.
That's pretty far back.
Okay. All right. Well, that changes things a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, did we count the +1 power? Or no, I always forget which Quimunning it is.
Yeah, it's one of those. The immunity thing. So let's see, 3 battlegrounds. So he needs to. So Zizor's bounty's never been played, right?
No.
No. And
So-
oppressive enforcement
I feel like
isn't too?
should, what Greg wants to do is probably mace to the 3/3.
If you can get the saber, yeah, you hit
Because, like-
Django or whoever's
Well,
there.
he did retrieve with
Yeah.
Walkling.
You know.
So he
I think
retrieved
that's
with
what he did.
Super.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
pay
he has
3 to
the
drain
mace
for
in
2
here.
and try to clam. He really needs to clam.
Well, the Widow Mercenary should be.
It's in the reserve deck at this point, so he's
Well, no,
probably
he just
activating.
activated it, so it should be second from the bottom.
But he's like weird because it's like that and.
I mean, if Greg was planning around the Quite a Mercenary, he could have.
But that's one of the things. Like he's just playing really fast through like these very important, like sequencing things.
I mean, it's one of the fiddly things that is one of the reasons that I absolutely love OG Ray and in the Quimunning decks is like once you know where a card is, you can draw it during your turn if you want to. You just have to know.
No, so he
is going back to
Going back.
activate, and then he's Quimunning, putting the Quite a Mercenary on the bottom. He's going to draw it with Ray. Yep, because that's definitely the Quite a Mercenary.
So now his turn is.
And he activated
Wait.
only 2 more.
Like I said, if he can get to a saber, go after Duro and whatever character's there, hit the one character and just beat the crap out of Duro, then Joe has to use the.
I mean, he has the Slazer's bounty.
Yeah. Also blocks the drain.
Like
Yeah, it's not a worthless play either way.
No.
So
I don't know why he's not active.
I think he's.
Oh, he's thinking about if he wants to fight and I have the cards underneath. No, that doesn't make sense.
Some of the cards underneath weren't good. It was 2/4.
No, it was.
Oh no, the top card's the Mesa Saber now. I think.
I think he's trying to figure out how to get Mace to Saber back. He's
Because he already popped his Walkling.
should have played Kip Fist on.
Joe at 16 in life, so
How many in hand?
yeah.
I feel like if I'm Greg, I'm paying 3 to drink too.
Yeah.
Like, I might be tempted if he has mace to
Looks like
activate
about
everything.
4 in hand, from what I can see.
I might activate everything. Oh, don't not drain.
7 in hand.
The bounty.
Wait, it's in his hand?
Did he draw that
draw
with
that
the...
Oh, maybe he didn't back up. Maybe there's a lot of force left.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Well,
that
he
makes
still didn't drain now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really know what's happening.
I mean, he can also now just like move in front of Cesar.
Move his guys in front of his eyes and take 3 damage.
Take, yeah, 3 damage. Does that
okay,
go for
Mark
Eklund?
one.
Okay.
Now claim it.
Does Spider do things here? I guess you can
No.
exchange for a weapon, in which case you didn't need to retrieve this.
Well,
But-
well, no, I'm saying like there's weapons in there. There's Luke's hand, bionic hand in there. The journal's
well,
in there now.
Luke's by hand doesn't do anything.
No, but the
because-
journal does.
No, he doesn't have a
Okay.
journal. He can just bionic hand and retrieve it and lose it and retrieve it and lose
Yeah.
it. I mean, if Greg, move it right. What the fuck?
Yeah, so if
I'm a
you're-
little surprised.
Maybe it's because he needs the Quim.
Oh, so now he's drawing for it. Sure. Okay. Okay.
He's gonna take 4 this turn. If he has a green card, that's pretty solid with the Barragan. Shows a lot left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he also can't really draw more. He's got 6 in hand, 16 in life force.
Right, like that. That could be a problem for him.
This is actually, and this is one of the things that came up in like late game situations with AOBS is that like Shadows is ping early, but is ping on both of you late, particularly in these.
Yeah,
in
because
these-
you're pinging and you're drawing at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah. So like
So
unless you've
you
tracked
really-
it to where you're like, oh, I'll just draw like a cold feet or
Ask how
something.
much Greg has left ish in his life force. I don't love Greg drawing for quite a mercenary, so he can eventually drain, to not drain at a site that he can drain.
I think he still should have
I
drained
think he
there.
should have drained it. Like, play,
Yeah.
instead of playing the Barragan,
Oh, I
I
mean,
would
okay,
have drained.
so he saved 2. I like that because now if a battle does happen, you can take the clash off.
Yeah, he probably just wants to like take those cards off and general. Like,
Yeah.
Update from another table looks like Matt and Robbie are playing OA against Shadow Collective, which,
I mean, that can go either way.
yeah.
Oh, that's good for
So
OA.
sorry.
That's really
Phil's saying that Matt is looking good in game 2 of OA.
with OA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good matchup. I would have played OA today if I made it. I would have played Shadow Collective on OA. So, Greg used to do about 8 more damage.
Greg does.
And it sucks he's got to wait 2 turns to do any damage where the U3PO is.
Right, like at that point, I'm almost like.
But I mean, he can do 2 damage. So right now, Joe is doing 4 damage. Greg is doing 2 damage a turn. Posting in chat, he had 13. Okay. 3 in hand. So he's got 16 to work with. The bigger problem is that he's paying for drains right now at this point.
Still from his own battle.
Yeah, still from his, that's the biggest issue.
Yeah,
Man,
Joe's never played a cold feat in his resistance.
coming back to that same point, this is like if you had just made Darkseid pull battle plan or pull battle order, and then he doesn't have resistance. Like, oh god, like this is much worse.
So
This is
Dr.
probably
Afra
over now,
comes out.
No,
Gets the 4 alarm back. That's pretty good.
Where's Afra going to?
That's
3-2.
pretty good.
Oh, paying for it. Okay.
So now he gets the beatdown. This might be the game just on a beatdown.
I don't know. Like I said, Greg can pull the clash,
Well, the
but
clash.
Forlom should shoot first.
I mean, Forlom's definitely getting in action before he gets to clash it.
Those are not good destinies. I think it's a 5, a 2, and a 3.
I mean, if he pulls the Clash, this actually is not going to be a beatdown. Because Mace covers 13, and he's only getting 1 destiny.
Who were the reveals for Quietly Observing? Because he's playing 3 characters.
They must be. Oh, that was Dr. E, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Dr. E combo.
Oh, no, Dr. E. Dr. E's fine. Dr. E and Mara. Right. Or is not.
Oh, yeah, because he gets 2 characters. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, actually, no. This
Using the game text to get our sing back, that's not
Yeah, this game's over. Yep.
It's possible Greg has a Hoojix, or he's not playing one at all.
He's not Hoojix. Yep.
What were those destinies? 5-2 or 5-3 and something.
He's like Clash. He's like. Oh, he's just swinging Aura thing.
Yeah.
So
If
Matt
he gets an
Scott,
action, he's got some.
Matt Scott advances over Robbie.
Swinging Aura thing. And then Clash Jango. It's not that bad. Swinging Aura thing.
Yeah.
Clash Jango.
Yeah, if he first action uses the Forlom, then yeah, you swing it Arsene.
Send her down the hole.
Send her down.
Yeah, this wasn't good. I don't think this was going to be that bad no matter what, unless his destinies are just atrocious. Because if he first action shoots with Arsene and hits you, then you're fine.
Yeah, I
You
actually
s-
think that.
then
I
you
actually
swing
think
at
that
Forlom.
Joe should have done that. I would have like guaranteed that he. Like, who cares if he gets 2 hits?
Yeah. Then you swing at Forlom, send
Oh,
him
no.
use, swing at somebody else, send him use.
He missed the swing.
Oh, with Aura?
Disaster.
No.
he missed the swing.
Yeah. With the clock on.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hit.
Yeah, that should be enough.
Well, Joe's only got 1 destiny left, too.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't actually have to
Right,
pull the Clash.
did this one.
Yeah, because it was a
Well,
CAD
Joe
man.
advances, most likely. Oh, nice comeback by Joe.
Yeah.
Just like really fast sequencing by Greg.
Oh, and the card left is the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joe retrieves too.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this game's over. I mean, he's like, power what?
That's a lot. There's like 7 characters.
Yeah.
Oh, the Duro is going to protect the Forlom, so
Greg
swinging
can peel.
shooting with Arsene first works.
Well, how much his job in his life force? That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was 16, wasn't it? Yeah, so this isn't enough.
And it looks
No,
like,
if he peels, like, does he have 16 life force? If he does
uh,
have less, like if he played cards, I'm sure. Yeah, what Eric is saying in the chat is basically like, never peel. Yeah, but he needs to lose all his force.
Oh, wait. You said he had 13? Oh.
no, that's Joe.
No,
No, that's Greg. This is Greg.
Oh, Greg had. Okay.
Oh, Greg has 16.
No,
yeah,
Joe
Joe
has
has
16.
16. Okay. So he can't.
Joe has to have
Has
one.
to have one
Yeah.
16. Yeah. And now he just like lose from his hand, right? Like,
Yeah, because he had 7 in hand. He played like 3 characters, so he's
Yeah,
got enough
makes
to
him down
cover.
4.
mm-hmm. Oh, he only lost.
Well, I mean, the
He only lost 2. And then, yeah, stack Mace now. That makes sense.
I kind of feel like it's not over yet.
I think it's over. Because Greg, remember, Joe has cards in hand.
You know.
It has now a Drain of Link.
There's a Corrin in hand, so that's.
There's no card. It's a Chewy Protector and a
Oh,
a
should have. Cedar and good.
Serum.
That's a lot less good.
He has like his cards in hand opening.
Yeah.
He's gotta hope for like Ray.
I think
Or
you.
something.
I still think you move. Okay, so if you're Greg, you get rid of the U3PO, move to the Imperial Square. Joe really can't do anything about that, and then you just pay out the drains.
I don't think that-
or you move, and then you move Ray in front of.
I mean, he should be getting
Shizor.
his lightsaber. He should have got his lightsaber back this turn. He should be retrieving
A
it right
secret
now.
pants out?
Yeah.
So you couldn't have retrieved it last turn, but you can do it now.
Do it right now.
Well, he's Quimunning, so he's looking at those 2 cards and figuring out which of those he wants to draw with
And then
Ray.
you can do 2 damage. You should retrieve before, like you can attempt to play a card with solo, and like sorry with the mess, and you'll cancel it and balance, or like whatever. And you can retrieve. Or retrieve first, I mean.
Yeah.
And like you can be like, oh, I'm balancing it. So,
Oh, to try to beat him to play the imbalance first.
I mean, Joe won't fall for that because sorry with the messes. I lost.
Sure.
Remember when Greg played Lasgun and Daughter of Skywalker and Ray, and they never fought?
Yeah.
Can't play scare.
Okay.
Remember when like Mace Windu could have killed Prince Sizer on like turn 2?
Pretty sure Greg does.
Right? Can you imagine if he went like Daughter, and then he like Zizer's bounty, and then goes like Ray, and then does weapons next, gets Anakin's lightsaber, has 3 swings.
Yeah. That would have been pretty good.
And you're not even draining.
You definitely can't win by doing that.
No. Like, you should have drained last turn.
Yeah.
Was there a cold feed ever played?
No. I think Joe lost it. No, I don't think he played
I mean, he
one.
probably would have aggressively found it.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some Barrack wins.
Oh, he's exchanging with Barrowman. That's what's happening.
I mean, Barrack does do some funky things, but I don't think it's enough.
Yep, there's the imbalance combo.
Ooh. Oh, to cancel this out.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he would have done it first.
Yeah.
Pay to drain here, though.
Yeah. What was he doing?
He's using Luke to check his destinies.
Okay. That's still
Like,
so he's still in his
Move
control.
over,
No, he's
take
still his
4
control
damage,
phase.
take
That's
5
fine.
damage the next turn, drain for 2. Drain for 2, right?
Oh,
Yeah, you have to drain. If you're not going to drain, you should probably just concede.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I think he's doing a life force check.
That's true. We know the life force counts because we were just told, but they may not know in the moment.
But like if he's at 15, you're like, okay, maybe with Barrack, maybe you can like survive a little longer. Like,
Yeah, maybe you can survive long
I
enough.
feel like he's
to-
focused on this U3PO, but like, why not like move your Luke in front of Zizor?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you move in front of Shizor, you move
Make
one
him
of the
play a guy.
Yeah,
Like,
you put
then
somebody.
you take 5.
Yeah, wait. That's his. Is that Joe's hand? He's only got 1 card.
No, he's stacked them.
Okay.
Yeah, there's multiple cards there. I'm saying, like, you move somebody over to the Imperial Square. You threaten another drain there.
Yeah.
You're draining for free. You're draining for 2 at
like,
the
you
one
leave like
side.
Solo on a Barrack, you move Leia to the Imperial Square, you move Luke over, and you just say, next turn my turn's gonna be PS6 to do 4 you, and you hope that works.
Well, no, you have to leave Leia there because then it wouldn't be a drain of 2.
Right, so you move Solo.
Yeah, you
Solo
move
by himself
Solo.
is fine.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get. I don't totally understand. The 3-2 slate this game also became like a liability for Greg.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
just never played it.
the line he took to get it out made some sense, but
Like my initial line of like put Luke there early probably wasn't actually great, but
But I mean-
taking the line that he took, he should have been fighting like this
Yeah.
whole game.
Like I said, though, I mean, like you were saying, what can they really do against Luke there? Luke hits him, they go down the hole.
Yeah, but like we can saw Mace got kind of screwed a couple times. So
Yeah, but with Luke, you had that redraw.
well, you probably not because they have 4 of them.
oh, neighbor. Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay, this might be good.
But he only has a 1 in his deck.
That's good.
He has a 1 and a 3.
Why is he not there?
Oh, Django's clashed. Ooh.
Okay.
1, and he's got a 3
And it's
on top.
Afra and Forlom. That's it.
And he can.
Or no, I don't know.
Is
it
it
Afra?
Duro and Forlom?
No, no, Duro. That's the game text is too long. Yeah, it's Dr. Shelley Afra.
Oh, so he's not even getting a Destiny here?
No.
That's pretty good.
And Joe's already used his Gick, so.
Oh, he cancels the neighbor.
Oh, never mind.
Never use it.
Oh yeah, he didn't use the Gick.
Never mind. Wow.
Maybe Greg just has like no cards left. He has like 5 cards left.
Yeah.
You know, and we're like, why aren't you draining? Because he's done 5.
Yeah. Yeah, if he's that low, then it's over anyway.
I don't know why you wouldn't neighbor these guys. They were much better guys to neighbor.
Yeah, probably.
Like power 9 versus power 4.
Joe's at 17 life force.
With like 2 cards in hand. And he just played like 2 used
Well, he's at
cards.
17 because he just played the Gick used.
Like
Yeah.
2 used cards that like cancel things.
Greg's at
Yeah.
7.
Oh, okay. So this is over. Alright. I'll be honest, Greg can blame the yips, I think, on this one. Like, we got Leia's gun, you got all these cards.
Okay,
But we're
so-
still in control. Okay.
Okay, that's not bad. So now Joe's at 16. He's got 1 card left in his hand.
Yeah.
Okay, there's
So
Luke.
now 5 damage happens.
Yeah. So he loses the 2 cards in his hand, and then he loses 3 from his life force.
Yeah, this game's over.
Yeah. Joe's got what looks like 2 in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Greg's still got the same too. It's still the
Signal and tree protector.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why. He was gonna like move them and play Chewie. Cancel.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. And there's the kick in hand for Joe.
Oh, meditation's very cool. Tree protector.
Just got 3 cards.
Oh,
in
because
hand.
it shrinks their power so you can cancel. That is cool. I like that.
Another sorry. Found it. Joe winner. He's just gonna play a guy and ping. Yeah. And just say like
Greta?
Yeah.
He's just gonna say like I'm just gonna
He doesn't get Destiny there now.
Nope, that is not enough for Destiny.
No. And Zam has to be alone, so.
And that gives him the ability
Yep.
to add
Joe
a
battled
Life
and doesn't
Force.
get a Destiny there.
That's not great. I mean, I think
That's
he's
not
not going to
gonna
win, but it's
Well, no, but I'm saying, like,
draws a 6.
okay, so that's going to clear for, that's going to get
Kill
rid
every-
of
It's going to kill both of
Sam.
them.
No, just Sam.
Why?
She's,
both of them.
She's 4 for 4.
oh, she's 4 for 4.
She's
Okay.
4 for 6 in court.
That's not too bad.
That's right. But I'm saying,
Yeah, like I guess that use some force.
yeah.
To
And
me, he lost 2 cards for no reason.
he lost
Yeah.
2 cards and added a card back to Greg's life
Greg's
force
life
for
force,
no
yeah.
reason. But okay.
And Joe was at 17, so.
Did he just like forget that he doesn't get a Destiny there? That,
Yeah, he had to have.
yeah. Court and CCT players will be very familiar with the dangers of Greedo
He's
interacting
15
with
in
his
life
muscle,
force and
but
2 in hand. It's not gonna matter. He's 15 life force, 2 in hand.
Yeah.
so he gets to drain 2, kill the 2 in hand. But
Well, I
then
mean, he
only
could
has
swing
5 down.
at Shizor. Oh, Gick's in hand.
Greg's in hand? No, Greg's
No,
in
gets used. I mean, Ray doesn't get to draw
He drew
Destiny
it.
here though.
No. Yeah, he's got the Gick in hand. He just flashed it.
Yeah, he's good. Very attractive.
Oh, he probably just drew it back with shadows.
Joe's at 15 now.
15 and 2 in hand. Let's decide those 2.
And I don't. Greg's down to 3 cards. And life force.
So if you can drain for 2 to kill the 2 in hand and then take lethal and
Yeah, it's
goes to
15, right?
15. Yep.
Should have drained that turn with Mace. We just paid to drain this whole game. Would have been.
Yeah, we killed the Quimunning. Finally killed the
Okay,
YouTube.
so Joe Olson outlasts Greg Shaw. Joe wins that match by 2. So right now we know that Barry, Mascot, and
Good
Joe.
job,
So
Let's see what's up.
the repeat is still alive for
Let's see
Joe
what's up
Olson.
with Jay now.
We're gonna mute this and come back with the next match. Well, actually, yeah, we'll see what's going on with Jared Napolitano and Casey. And grab Joe. Justin, grab Joe.
One of the worst matches. One of the worst.
Actually, you do need a headset. Yeah, put on the headsets.
Okay.
So let's walk through that match a little bit really quick, as I don't want to take too much of your time, but you have another match to play. Going into game 1, it's your Qui-Gon Communing versus Set Your Course, or Shadow Collective. What were you thinking when you saw Shadow Collective?
I was happy. Quimunning should usually be pretty good against it. Jedi with sabers are strong. I think we didn't see a lot of Shadow Collective yesterday because people expect a lot of communing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was happy to see that. But then I just got no activation for forever. I never deployed the JCC all game. At one point I had to do like Leia and Lando use pile pulls over on Tatooine where I didn't want them just so I could get a Wisa. So I felt behind all game, and I was happy to get it down to 13. I think he messed up his in-game differential. Like he was still peeling off reserve when he had tons in hand, and then the last turn, the very last battle where I suicided, he did a ruck peek and took one into hand, and so he was just like reducing down his. And I knew he could forfeit blasters to use, so I was like, I'm just gonna suicide in, not draw Destiny, and
Take overflow.
yeah, and not let him. If I draw Destiny, he sends those used. So I was like, I just suicide in, and I was happy to cut it to 13.
Okay, so
After the way it started.
And then let's talk about that second game, because that second game was really, really tight the entire game. Like, you're playing Agents of the Black Sun. He's on Yoda Communing.
He
comes down with guys straight. He comes down with Mace straight to Coruscant. And what's going through your mind when you see that?
So one annoying thing was he kept deploying away from me so that I couldn't Cheezor's Bounty and use my objective text to move. He didn't want me to move disarmed, and so that's why he never deployed in front of me on Coruscant. Finally, he had to over at the 3-2 and I could bounty him. Yeah, it was, and then he had in his 4-card hand, he had a disarmed canceller, and then later in a 3-card hand, he had the Ellis canceller, and he was getting a lot of the solutions, and that was tough. But I needed to basically take the 3-2, force that out, force his Gick off the table, and yeah, eventually U3PO coming down was big, and just being able to satisfy resistance. I think honestly think if he didn't deploy the 3-2, his plan was like go kill Probot with Qui-Gon and move over, which makes sense, add some
Yes.
extra pressure and stuff, but it gave me that extra crucial third battleground for resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if he would have been better off deploy Qui-Gon, battle Probot, and just leave Qui-Gon stuck. And it gives me no not Nas Chambers to go wide to
Yeah.
with Qui-Gon sitting there. It gives me no 3-2, and then like I think he gets me down. But that's hindsight. Like at the time, it seems like a great play to move Qui-Gon over and start
Yeah.
putting more pressure on.
Because like I think that turn where you got U3PO out, you played the Ellis. He had the canceller, but then you went no escape to get the Ellis back. Ellis over was the turn that basically sealed the game for you because
Yeah.
you were able to get to that third battleground, play the resistance. I think
Just
his
start doing
biggest
damage, yeah.
one of the biggest mistakes Ray made, unfortunately, was not having you play battle order. Like him playing the battle plan early on, and then you able
Yeah.
to get the resistance out
Yeah.
early like that and satisfy it like a lot during
Yeah,
that
he
game.
could have just eaten the drain of one, and then I pull it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm not sure who you play next. I think
I
it's
don't
Jay
know.
Knapp.
I don't know. I don't even know who advanced. J Knapp advanced.
So Jay Knapp, Matt Scott, and Barry over Tom
Okay.
Hade.
So Hade, Casey, Greg, and who's the fourth one that's out?
Robbie.
Robbie.
Everybody forgets about Robbie. But yeah, it looks like you're going to be facing Jay Knapp, which
Oh, because he's the high seed now.
yeah, he's the high seed. You're the 8th seed, so
Cool. That should be a fun
it's
match.
not going to be easy, huh?
Phil said eight seed, great seed.
Hey, 8th seed wins worlds.
You just got to make the
You gotta-
playoffs, and
you
then you're
gotta
live.
get in. You just got to get in.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to take a break. We'll have more action coming out next, so stay tuned. The next match is going to be the Barry Albertine versus Matt Scott match, just because Joe was on stream. We'll have a sideline reporter there to give us information as the game continues, and then we're one step closer to naming either a brand new world champ or have Joe repeat. So stay tuned to the Twitch channel for more action, and we'll be right back after this short message.